Quill decided to take himself into his Lehman's tiny hut and let nobody in. And essentially, he is worried about protecting his companions, but just doesn't feel. It didn't feel like he could travel, which along any longer needed to find himself, which was scratch all of that. Y'all don't know any of that. But when you guys woke up in the morning, Gorko seemed to be gone. And you guys have decided that, well, as long as he's gone, you guys are going to travel forward to the Army Academy down south, as it seems as though stuff here in the college is okay-ish, at least for now. And you didn't feel like exploring anything more here yet. So you're making your way to the Army Academy down south. As you guys are walking down the path of Strixhaven College towards the path to travel south. As you guys are entering the gates, you see a peculiar-looking humanoid figure leaning up against the gate, tossing a coin in the air, eating a sandwich.
A sandwich?
Eating a sandwich. As you guys approach, Peter, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what they see?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a description that I don't know if I have. I do, actually. I'm just kidding.
What kind of sandwich is it? That's the most important question.
Knowing him, it'd probably be some variants of like a very yellow jelly like sandwich with like regular bread, but there you can see like little yellow jelly kind of sticking out of it. There's some peanut butter on there. He's very young, 24 years old, like 6'3". He's got these kind of shiny gray eyes that kind of glisten as he kind of looks over at you guys. He looks very much human. Fair skin, black hair. He's kind of enveloped in these very like pristine red robes, with an insignia on it that you guys probably haven't seen before. And by probably I mean I know you haven't seen before. So yeah, he's just very very clean, put together. Even though he looks kind of young, he kind of gives a very confident vibe, very calm.
All right. As you guys are approaching him, you guys are approaching the front gate. As I said, he is just leaning up against. He's leaning up against the front gate, eating a sandwich. As you guys are walking towards the gate.
Tricky.
Grimmelberg's going to try to walk right by him.
You do so. Lovely. All right. So, Grimmelberg, you are walking towards the front gate. Do you pay any attention to him at all, or walk right through?
Just walk right through.
All right, Grimmelberg walks.
I'm
right
on a
through.
mission. I need them to send dudes.
That's true. Grimmelberg, I would assume, would have been leading kind of your pack-ish towards the gate. So he walks right past this human figure that's leaning up against the gate, tossing his coin, eating his sandwich. What are the rest of the other two of you doing?
Well, I imagine Vilgax would be conversing with Yoder. Yoder, do you think this is the best plan of action? Blindly following that one into one of his plans?
Well, without our friend, without a Gorkville around, I don't. Do you have a better course of action?
Dungeons, Dragons, this is all bullshit. Now, yes, it's good fun as another one.
Though we may, with one man down, we may be needing some extra help. Felt much more competent with at least four of us in tow.
Well, if anything, You gotta get some sort of answers here.
Yeah.
So, hey, are you a dude or a chick or what?
Oh, he's a dude. Did I not say that?
Hey, mister, where'd you get that sandwich at? Feeling a little
Oh,
famished here.
yeah, yeah. Well, from the commons area over there, they got plenty of sandwiches.
All right. Well,
You
Yoder, should
want
we go grab lunch?
you want a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. Hey, why don't you show us to that spot where you got that sandwich?
Yeah, sure. And I famously snap my fingers, and 2 more sandwiches appear in my hand.
Is this guy a student? Are you a student at the university?
Student? No. More like I would say kind of a renowned traveler, but not so much renowned.
I see.
So you're nouned?
Yes,
Noun. He's a
very
noun
noun.
traveler.
But hey, sandwiches aside, as he places 1 sandwich in each of your hands, minus Grim, because I'm assuming he's down the path a little bit. I did get this, and he takes that coin and he puts it on top of Vilgax's sandwich, um, and he goes, "I was instructed or asked if to kind of join you guys on your world-class adventure here to some sort of place, and so here I am."
Instructed to join us by whom? Another
From a
old,
friend of yours,
decrepit dragon.
Dragonborn, very handsome, very smart, very clean.
Doesn't sound like
We know anyone like that.
Are you sure he wasn't caked in some sort of gunk? Because he seems.
I made sure he wasn't. He's seen some things. That poor man.
So you know our friend Gorakwil then.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one. Mm-hmm.
Oh, the
Cool.
deserter.
I wouldn't, say so much as a deserter. But sure, let's go with that.
So you want to join our merry little band of misfits?
I mean, it sounds like you guys find yourselves in quite a bit of trouble on a consistent basis, and I'd love nothing more than to join in on some trouble. Maybe learn a few things along the way. I don't know.
So what's your name?
Rom.
Rom. Good to
Yeah,
meet you, Rom.
just
Looks
Rom.
like his name's Peter.
Not anymore. Not anymore, Beach.
Jeez. So,
So yeah, awkward pleasantries aside, where you guys are you still headed to the camp?
right now, I'd say we're about to learn a little lesson. And,
Yeah, I think we're headed to the military camp.
and Vilgax wants to rock right towards this fucker.
I was thinking point 1. Vilgax, yep, you're gonna walk. You walk right up towards Rom, and you assume you gave you a sandwich, and you kind of step back, and now you're doing your thing. What are you doing?
So I'm gonna walk, like square straight up with Rob.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, small female pirate, still currently.
Mm-hmm.
And just go, well, if you have some inclination to get involved in this mess, let's see what you got.
Show me your moves.
Then I'm gonna try and hit him with an arm blade.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Right.
You're gonna accidentally crit and kill him right now, aren't you?
No. Not possible, probably. Alright. Oh, wait. I gotta get my dice roller out here. He's not ready for this.
I don't like the countdown.
Countdown's fine.
I'm sure it just means how close we are to being friends.
Mm-hmm.
Or a doomsday clock.
That's fine. Everything's fine. Nice.
All right. So with that, you said, "Let me see what you got," and you take your arm blade, take your arm blade out and try to give him what you would have thought would have been a bit of a surprise attack. Rom, well, I'm going to give you a reaction to this as he's doing this since he rolled so low.
Okay. Can I ask a favor?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do what I would do if I was this character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull out
You're gonna pull out already? We're just getting
as
started.
a reaction. I'm gonna pull out one of my arrows,
Yep.
and I'm going to sleight of hand that bitch to his throat as a reaction. But I'm not gonna hit him.
Awesome. Give me. I'll give me an attack roll anyway, just
Okay.
for fun. Just for fun. I want to see something.
23.
23. Awesome. Perfect. So as Vilgax takes his arm blade, what he thinks is going to be a surprise swing at you, he ends up coming up underneath and going past you as you kind of like duck back. And as you do that, all of a sudden, within a blink of an eye, Vilgax, you have an arrow right to your throat. Just touching it, and a small, tiny little bit of blood. You can feel it kind of drip from your neck.
And then I'm just gonna very like in the least, what's it called, in the least aggressive way, just get right up to his face and go, am I prepared enough? Like our noses are touching at this point.
Eskimo kisses.
Oh yeah.
Uh, And then, so Vilgax, very in character here, will go, "Oh, honey, we're just getting started," and then I'll teleport away.
And with that, Ram, he blinks out of existence for a split second. Where are you teleporting to? Are you going anywhere close? Are you going away?
Just like, 10, 15 feet back next to Yoder and go, turn to Yoder and go, "Let's see what the kid's got."
All right.
He gets killed. That's on you.
All right.
Fair enough.
So as that, and you, with the honey, you blink out of existence. Ram, you see Vilgax blink back into existence next to Yoder. Have a little conversation about you.
So do I notice this happening, or
Nope,
am I
you
just
are-
too far down the road?
You've walked, you haven't stopped. They all stopped, and you're about, I don't know, 10, 15 feet ahead of everybody. So you might have heard like a little, little commotion, but you are determined to get to the army camp. So at that point, you would have been about 10, 15 feet up ahead of everybody.
So he teleports elsewhere.
He teleported right back to like where he was, where Yoder was. Yoder was standing about 5, 10 feet behind. Like, you're here, happening. Yoder's back here, so he kind of goes poof, back, basically blinks, backs up.
Okay.
Next to Yoder.
I'd like to also.
Yeah.
Behind Vilgax, I'm gonna cast a spell to do that.
What the fuck does that mean, Boyd?
And I'm gonna so you see like this silvery mist just kind of appear and then disappear, and then I'm right behind Vilgax.
Yeah. And now you guys are standing like Yoder, Vilgax, and then you hear like this kind of little pop, silvery behind you, Yoder and Vilgax.
And I just lean over to the Vilgax and I go, "Well, this is fun." Arrow still in hand.
So at this
I
point,
think I notice what's going on now. I put my echo behind him now.
Okay. Your echo pops up. Grim turns around and he sees you guys kind of like flashing in and out, doing this little dance. And then all of a sudden, behind you, Rom, you feel a shadowy, ghostly presence behind you pop up.
A
What
ghostly
kind of looks
presence behind me.
what kind of looks like a dragonborn, but
Mhm.
more ethereal, if you will.
Vilgax is just gonna calmly start walking away and go, "Oh, is that all, sweetie? I can do this all day."
So I'm wondering, are we having fun or not?
Grim, chat says you look like the poster child for Mountain Dew. I don't know what that means,
Wow.
but
Solid.
So Grim, you do anything with that echo or what? I'm just starting to walk off towards the school.
I'm still just being emotionally devastated by being called a poster child for Mountain Dew.
Chat's got teeth today.
Apparently.
Yes. Well, the echo is going to try to sweep the leg.
Give me an unarmed strike attack roll from your echo.
I'm gonna grab a drink, be back in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
If Vilgax just walks off after that, Yoder is just gonna turn to Ram and say, "Welcome aboard, I guess." And then continues on.
Okay. So as the echo goes to take you are saying this as you're watching the echo behind him take a swipe at his leg to try and basically trip him.
Oh.
Oh.
And he gets a crit.
Oh.
Give me your unarmed strike damage, unfortunately. Do you want to do damage, or are you just trying to sweep the leg?
It's pretty much just to do a sweep the leg to take him down.
Okay, you describe how your echo takes him down for me.
So Grimmelberg gives a sweep with both his leg and his tail to just do a clockwise motion down low and take out his legs from underneath him to put him on his ass.
With that crit, you definitely, Rom, you feel this presence behind you take you out at your legs, and that you almost do he hits you a little too hard, and you end up doing almost like a flip and landing on your head, your shoulder and your head, and take 1 point of damage for me.
Sounds good. At this, now that I'm on the floor, I'm gonna take that damage real quick. Hold on. I'm assuming we're quote unquote in minor combat, right? Okay, cool. I'm gonna touch myself as I do.
What?
How are you doing this?
Touch myself, and then I'm gonna cast. Well, I'm casting 2 spells, 1 bonus action and 1 action.
All
I'll
right.
tell you what I'm doing.
On the echo, or like on the whole party?
On myself.
Okay.
How do you whisper again?
/W. No, what is it? Not /W.
Oh, got it.
/W.
The DM1.
Do DM instead of DM1.
Okay. Oh no, it's not working.
Damn, Rom, how are your character introduction going to take a half an hour?
Oh, that's all on you guys. On the echo, or because Grim is off.
On myself. Oh, that I have like a 500-foot range on that one.
Perfect. So instantly, as he gets taken down and kind of lands on his shoulder and his head, a little bit too hard, Grim. All of a sudden, this figure completely disappears and out of everybody's sight except for Vilgax. And then, and where are you sending him? Where's he coming? Where is he going?
I'm going to him.
Got it. So with that, you see him blink out of existence. Everybody else, Vilgax, you can actually still see this outline of him on the ground. But then all of a sudden, his body pops up right behind Grim. Give me a stealth rom just to
Oh, hell yeah.
on your entry back in.
That's one of my best. That's one of my best.
Fuck.
22.
Perfect. Without a sound of anything, you have now found yourself right behind Grimmelberg. That was about 15 feet up ahead. He has no idea that you're there.
This fight is all ninjas, it feels like. Teleport to jutsu. Fucking shadow clone jutsu. Another teleport jutsu.
Oh wait.
You guys never cease to amaze me how we start these sessions.
It's always something different and dumb. So as like Rom moves over there,
Mhm.
Vilgax is like at this point, you know, a few feet away from Yoder, anyhow, and it's on our Twitch channel, Grim. And look back at Yoder and go, well, at least this one's fast. Hey, Grim, heads up. I'm just gonna casually keep walking.
Sorry,
you
does
walking-
his warning help me?
Which depends on what you are about to do, Rom, because this was more instantaneous as you got up and back behind him. You have about 3 seconds before.
Oh, I'm
Vilgax
not doing
does say
anything.
Okay.
I'm just stealthing.
So with that, as Vilgax says, "Hey Grim, watch out." Yeah, what are you doing? Anybody? So Vilgax, you're walking towards the campus, or you're walking towards the path away?
I'm walking straight up towards the path to the school.
Okay, so you're going back to the school.
Well, I guess if I still don't see him, I turn around and try to continue on the path I was going.
And as you turn around, you are met face to face right with Rom, about as close as you can be without kissing each other.
Very sexually tensive.
Yes,
I'm just gonna say hello there.
Well, I walk forward like I don't see him.
And you walk right into him. And as you
Any
guys
reaction, Rom?
you guys bump into each other.
No.
And Grim, kind of push him to the side and continue down the path. I assume basically without your party currently, as you start to walk down the path towards the exits, main gates, past the main gates, down to the path that leads down to the pathway to the shore, from where the university is. What's everybody else doing? Yoder, Vilgax. Vilgax, you're walking back towards campus. Yoder, you're standing there.
I would think Yoder would follow where Grimmelberg was going, but if
Okay.
Vilgax is going the opposite way, maybe he's just like looking around like, wait, what's going on now?
Well,
All right.
like my whole, I'll just tell you like what I'm going for here to try and save some time.
Okay.
Just basically, I'm like looking to just get out of eye shot, and then I'm going to walk back in the ethereal plane.
Okay. You do so.
And then see if our new friend sees me.
By all intents and purposes, for you, you don't believe he sees you. As you're making like reactions and trying to get him to like see you, like he's just paying. He doesn't. As from what you can tell, it doesn't look like he can see you in the ethereal plane.
Yeah, I'm like doing one of these and going,
Yep, with zero reaction from Rom. Rom's just kind of looking kind of back at Grim, walking down the path, and Yoder like being all confused, and
So
Rom's just kind of looking around.
I just want to come back to the material plane.
Okay.
And like behind both Grim and Rom in the direction that we were originally going.
Yep. So now you're out in front of Grim?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just want to just yell back at everyone else. If we're done mucking about here, can we get on with our day?
You guys all hear this coming from down the pathway that leads down to the shore in a familiar voice. That is Vilgax. You can kind of see him off in the distance.
Yoder says, "All right, let's go." And
Grim just grunts.
yeah. Welcome aboard, Rom.
Yeah. Sounds fun already.
All right. So after that intro, you guys, Vilgax is kind of leading the pack now with Grim slightly behind him. Yoder and Rom, you're kind of bringing up the rear as Yoder welcomes you to this ragtag misfit group. The pathway down from Strixhaven is a mostly grassland kind of pathway out. To the right and the left, though, there is still a bunch of trees, as more like jungle trees, as this is still an island. But the pathway is still kind of made for you guys up to the camp and down to the shore where you guys were going. What is your plan as you guys are walking away from Strixhaven University?
I think overall our plan is to, get a boat and get out the war school, right?
Okay, so Rom, you know this island vaguely for the most part from when you were over here traveling before.
Mhm.
So you know that you can take a boat out and around to the other side of the island. You would also know that, and then Grim, Yoder, and Vilgax. Yoder, you would know this island too. You know that there's a pathway through the middle of the island, if you'd like, that is filled with a little bit of grassland, a little bit of jungle. There are paths down to the camp if you would like to go on foot. You certainly can take a boat and go out and around. Honestly, the time frame is relatively the same, only the water might be a little safer from what you would know, potentially. And yeah, so what would you guys like to do?
Sorry. Grim, you look like Cartman's dad.
What?
Oh, god damn it.
We love you, Grim.
I'd say let's
Bro, I don't need to know what's happening in chat anymore because I don't care to.
Let's take the shortest path there, I say.
Yep.
Okay.
Would that be the boat or the path?
As far as shortest goes, I can kind of map it out for you on the map here. So you're looking at about a 2 to 3 day travel from university to the camp by foot. For boat, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. On a normal boat, which Vilgax and Grim know from being more from the mainlands. It'd probably take more like a 6-day travel. But you know that these boats down here seem to be faster for whatever reason on these waters. So you're probably still looking at about a 2.5, 3-day travels around the island on by boat.
Okay.
It's gonna have 3 to 4 days by foot, 2 to 3 by boat, depending how the waters are, the weather, etc., etc.
Sounds like we should take a boat.
Question: does either of us know how to drive a boat, or do we have to like hire somebody to like commission a boat kind of thing?
I don't believe any of you have boat skills necessarily.
'Cause
You guys did come
you
over here
look
on a
like
commission
a
boat
pirate.
before.
That should be enough, right? It's your
Oh, you
character
turned
is
your camera.
in the look of a pirate right now. I think we'll be fine. Let's steal a boat, y'all.
Are there like, can we buy a ticket onto a boat, or like I don't know, ask someone if they're, I don't know.
Yoder, you would know that there are plenty of school boats, if you will, that you could have gotten from Amicus. Would have, more or less let you borrow a boat from one of the schools. So if you wanted to, you could certainly go down to the docks and talk to, I mean, the boats, most of them are up here anyway, are connected to the university anyway. So you could definitely go down there and more or less rent one if you'd like, or you could probably even try to commission somebody to take you around. It's totally up to you guys how you'd like to do it.
Okay. I basically mentioned that, hey, we could probably just get a boat from someone down at the docks. I could probably pull some strings. I know a few people down there. A lot of them are, related to the university. So
Grim says we should just do what's fastest because it's pretty urgent that we get more people to fight this enemy we're facing, because that was just his sidekick that we fought before. So I think we'll be in trouble if we don't have help.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
So you guys start walking down to the path. The pathway is pretty, I don't know, boring, I guess you could say. It's just a path down to the docks, down from Strixhaven, which is kind of up on the hill for the most part. You guys are walking down. You guys get down to the water's edge, and you do see a little shack with. There's a couple boats down there. A couple of them do say like property of Strixhaven University.
Are these like rowboats, or are they like actual ships?
So there's 2 actual ships that are currently right there now. There are a few rowboats, that are also down there. And there is a booth, if you will, with a humanoid sitting inside, kind of just looks like they're like writing stuff down on paper, and there's nobody else right now down at the docks except for this one person and you guys now.
Cool. Yoder's gonna approach this person who's writing stuff down and say, "Hi, are you in charge of the boats around here?"
And it is a female, and her name is, and it all right, one second. It is, let's see,
LaFonda Wiggintail.
it is of elven descent, and her name is Farlin. You do know who this is, but she's a lot younger. She was one of the newer boat recruits, if you will, that were down here before, like when you kind of like met everybody. But she does recognize you, and I think your name is Yoda, right?
Yes, that's me. Yep.
And I see your badge. You work at the college. What can I help you with?
We need a ride around the island to get to the military camp on the other side.
Oh, you're leaving the school. Okay.
Yep.
Do any of you guys know how to navigate the seas on boat, or would you like a rowboat, or what do you need? I got a whole bunch of paperwork I gotta do to get you have one, so I should probably get started.
Oh boy, paperwork. I don't know. Just I think that's what we were just talking about. And I don't think any of us know how to pilot a boat.
I see. Do you want me to call one of our captains for you and see if I have anybody that's available to take you down there?
I'm gonna ask Ram off to the side if Ram has deckhand experience.
Well, it depends on which deck you're talking about.
Well, yeah, that's worthless.
It's not very useful information. You know how to use a boat to get us to the other side of the island.
Well, there's one thing about using a boat that I do know that is that it's probably a little bit better if you know somebody who knows the way the water moves in this area. And from what I can tell, that might be a little bit more complicated than not.
So I'm just gonna ask the person behind the counter then and just go, let's cut the bullshit. How much is this gonna cost us? We need to get where we're going.
Well, she's like this very like young, frail elf. I'll tell you, Yoder. I'll tell you what. I will call crew, and I will get him down here with his shipmates. I might need like 5 or 10 minutes to round him up. We'll just put it on your tab.
Sure. Yeah. You can garnish my wages.
Essentially. So she kind of leaves.
Take it out of my salary.
Yeah, basic. So she leaves, goes back behind. There's like this little deck area with a desk, and then she kind of goes behind into like another room. So now the front is empty. But by all intents and purposes, she is calling crew for you to get crew and his crew down here to take you down to the military camp.
Look, it's a college. How else would it operate?
If you don't have debt coming out of college, I mean.
So, as you guys wait, you guys are waiting a little while. Is there anything you'd like to do as you wait down here at the docks, waiting for the ship crew to take you down around?
I want to inspect Ram and see if I notice a teleport aura, or see if I'm gonna be trying to figure out in my head how he's doing this, whether it's a spell or an item or something different, because there's only supposed to be 2 of Astra's books.
Give me. Well, you weren't necessarily paying attention. Sure, go ahead and do an investigation on him. Or let's see.
Oh shit! I did not know. That's good.
Yeah, you can give me an investigation. Just kind of like looking him over, see what you can see inside your known teleport abilities.
A 9. Wow.
As far as your investigation goes, it could have been a spell of sorts. It also could have been teleport magic like yours. It's hard to tell.
You never successfully investigated anything. We are the anti-Batman.
Yeah. World's worst detective, not greatest.
Hey, he left. He was busy.
No, I have not, but I should, huh?
Just FYI.
I totally went.
Yeah, because when I built this character originally, the last sentence is my favorite. So you can tell that I've been planning this for a while.
Sweet. Love it.
Right?
Amazing.
Just FYI.
Perfect. I'll keep that in mind.
Mm,
Yeah, so basically, Vilga, you kind of like looking him up and down. You see essence-ish of like magic. He is a magic user. Um, but it's hard to tell if it was the same type of teleportation that you know, or if it was just a spell he picked up or something like that.
All right, fair enough.
what is
Any
Yoder doing at this point?
Yoder's like fiddling with that pen he got from Amicus. Was it from Amicus? Or whatever the reward. He's just like writing
Mm,
something down.
Oh yeah, I
mm,
forgot about all that stuff.
yeah, I don't have mine anymore. Um, so while he's doing that, I'm just gonna like, are you sitting or standing or
He's
where
just
are you
standing at the desk.
at
Just
the
found a
desk?
scrap of paper somewhere.
Are we like outside, right?
Yep, you are
Are you
outside
giving
by
a
one of the
lap
water
dances,
slides.
Rob, or what?
No, I'm just curious. So I'm gonna uh go up to Yoder and then just lay down and pull out another coin and flip it in the air a time or two. And then goes, so you seem to be wise, I guess.
That's
What do
what
you know
people.
about what's your background? What's your history? What's the dealio?
Oh,
Age, sex,
you want my
location.
whole.
Yeah, ASL please.
You want my whole life story? Sure.
Yeah,
Well,
in like 5 seconds,
in like 5 seconds. Oh, okay. Well, long story short, I was an orc, grew up in Valister. They didn't like me there, so
Mm,
I
mm.
left and found my way to the university when I was in like my teenager years, when I was like a teenager, and I've been here for a long time.
So why wouldn't they like you in Valister?
And by when he says Valister, Rom, you don't really know what that is,
Exactly.
but
I know.
Uh,
just checking, just make sure.
Yeah.
they're just kind of old school there, and they don't really like magic that much.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, but they like it a lot
Mhm.
better here at the university, so much better fit.
So did they chase you out of there for
Um,
magic, or
they
they
didn't
just
really
didn't like
chase
you?
me as much as I had to find a way to sneak out with the help of a
Mm,
friend. Otherwise, they were
cool.
going to like get rid of me.
And Valister's an island, or
It's pretty far away.
oh, oh,
It's in this. It's yeah, way to the northeast in a different part of the world.
okay.
It's near a crater.
Yeah, I haven't
Is
been there in
it
a long time, so things might have changed since last time I was there. But
Am I close enough to hear this conversation?
Sure. I mean, you guys are all within a relatively small area as far as down by the shore goes, unless you walked away somewhere, but it's centralized area down by the shore.
All right, so Vilgax is just gonna have her dagger out and just be like, like cleaning her nails with it, kind of thing. Just like fucking with it. Really. Let's go. Well, new friend, seems like you got a lot of questions, not a lot of answers.
well, I'm constantly curious about the world around me, so
Just seems awful convenient that you show up the moment Gora decides to leave. But
you
you
think I
know
killed him?
Gora. Oh, killed him. No. I don't know that you got the skills for that. Just acute observation.
Do you
I
remember
mean,
Gord well? He wasn't a particularly good fighter. Rom's already displayed that he's definitely a better fighter.
that's not what I heard.
Gordon did kill that. What was it? A giant spider?
Yeah, well, I guess from what I understand, while the rest of you guys ran away, and so I don't, not here to judge, of course. Just tried to sacrifice himself and ended up winning. So I feel like he's a more formidable fighter than you think, or at least from what it sounds like.
See, he wouldn't be trying to defend him if he murdered him.
Well, that's not true. I could have murdered him.
Well, I guess whatever you say, friend. Looks like we're not gonna find out.
Find out what. Speechless, as always. Yoder, so what were you studying at the college?
Well, so there's these old ruins that are around, and me and my partner were investigating. There's not much is known about them really, so we were just kind of studying them and gathering as
Oh,
much as we could about them.
yeah.
Yeah, and we weren't making a whole lot of headway, but we were getting somewhere.
Hmm. What about the ruins make them so important?
Um, well, they're from like a much older civilization, so it's just good to know about these things. It's more like an archaeological interest mostly.
At that point, he sits up and he's still playing with his coin. Um,
Can I like try to take a look at the coin and see if it's just like a regular coin or is it like
um, hey DM, I have one question. Hold on. So here it is.
In my head, I just like have you pictured as like Two-Face with his fucking coin.
Not quite. More handsome, but almost.
Well, a little acid breath might be able to help him with that.
Because
Yeah,
if I'm
sure. Why
being
not?
if
Yeah,
I'm being realistic with you,
yeah, yeah. I figured. I figured you would.
I'm just trying to keep everything,
So the
you
answer to your
know.
question is yes.
okay?
But also that they would have never seen that before. So it's yeah. You could have this. He's flipping a coin that doesn't look like any of the coins that any of you have seen within Elora. I think.
Cool.
Assuming that's what you're getting at, Peter.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yes.
got different things on it.
Yeah. It looks like no other coin that you can pick out. Just from him like flipping it, it looks a little different than any of the gold, silver, platinum that you guys have seen.
But yeah, the color's like a little off, but
Everybody notices
Well,
this.
the color should be the same. It's more
Colors
like
just
oh, okay.
it's more like the depictions on the coin aren't what you would
Oh,
be used.
well, if you're flipping it around, I imagine that I wouldn't notice too many of the details of it then.
Yeah.
But yes,
It's
the answer to your
it's
question
just kind
is,
of like a different shape. It's probably a little more elongated than, but it's still the same thing.
Okay, cool. Were you asking me a question? I forget. I kind of cut you off.
Yeah. Importance of the ruins, and then you answered, and then where were we? Yeah. So what have you found so far?
Not a whole lot. We haven't really been able to go to any of the sites yet, so we've mostly just been reading up on the little literature that exists. We were actually supposed to go visit one of the sites, but my partner disappeared before we could go.
Where did he or she disappear to? He, she, them, they.
It's a great question. We still have not found it. I think.
Hmm.
Oh wait, when we went to Jeff, when we went to fight the lizard people.
Yep.
I forget. Did they mention something about him, or did they mention just someone was down there?
They did mention that somebody with robes of sorts were down in that jungle at the time, but as far as you
Yeah, we never found.
exploring that or finding him, you didn't.
We're kind of cool with the lizard people now, instead of
Yes,
kill
you
on
are.
sight.
Yeah, you're like not hostile, but they're obviously not your best friends. But yeah,
Yeah,
Usual trade partners.
yes.
a tenable partnership.
Have
Yeah, Not
Have
sure.
you
Murder between friends.
have you found anything in your studies related to a tower of power, or Sauron, or anything like
Yeah, the power towers in Shakopee.
I don't know, Jeff. Have I? Would that have come up there?
Give me a history roll.
Yeah. +7. Oh, 15.
15. With a 15, so the question is about powers of tower and
Yeah, DM, I'm gonna send you something real quick.
okay.
All these secret messages.
Well, I should have probably just sent all of this to him already, but I asked him the other day, and we just never finished that conversation.
Yeah, totally didn't finish it, but you're sending it on here or through somewhere else?
I'm sending it right now.
Okay.
Is it on the super secret squirrel app?
Messenger squirrel.
Messenger squirrel. So, with that, Yoder, you sit down and he gives this question to you, and you ponder. Wait, where'd you send it to?
To you, right here.
I don't got it.
I literally sent it to you.
It didn't pop up.
I sent it to DM, right? That's the right one.
Or is it DM1 or DM?
DM.
Just DM. Oh, duh, there, now it popped up. I don't know why my thing is being freaking slow. All right.
Technology.
Okay. So you sit and ponder this if you remember like any towers of power, or like any sort of like, yeah, anything like that, and you don't remember any sort of power of tower. But the one things that you would have remembered as you're thinking about this now, as so far as like a housing building go, is there are some temple ruins like spread throughout Elora. At least that's what you guys believe, that there would be like a housing of rundown temples that these runestones would possibly be in.
Okay. Then I guess I'd say I don't really know anything about a tower specifically, but there are. I've read up on a lot of different kind of ancient buildings, and temples and such.
Interesting. And what do you know about these? And I pull out a dark green runestone that looks it's a little small, looks cracked on the edge, and I kind of just hand it to you.
Let's see. I would know a little bit of something about runes.
You would. So from your studies of what you guys were able to gather is, if this is what he says it is, as far as a rune stone goes, okay, you would assume that this would have had some sort of great power, and you see that it's cracked, so that would have technically like lost a lot of its power. But these are the types of things you're looking for, and what you have been looking for, what you were researching within like temples and stuff. But you just by looking at this one and seeing it, it's kind of cracked and whatever else. To you, this could be a rune stone. This might just be a green rock.
Did someone etch something into?
Something that you have never, this specific, you have never actually been able to see or find or anything like that. So,
Okay.
You know, Yoder, when penguins try and find a mate, they pick the one with the shiniest rock.
Well, it sounds like he already has a partner, right?
Yoda's just going to take it at face value then and just be like, wait, how did you get, this is a rune? How did you get one of these?
I was traveling and stumbled across a ruin and found one in there.
Do you remember where?
Yeah. It's quite a few weeks travel to the west. Uninhabited.
Oh, is it oh, Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Dear God.
He's going to hand the rune back to him and says, "Well, after this is done, we should plan to take an excursion out that way."
Oh, bro, Dave.
Yeah. As he begins to hand it back, Ram puts his hands over his to like close it around the rune
Mm-hmm.
and pushes it back towards him, and he goes, "Maybe that might do you a little more good than it would me."
Oh, if you insist. I mean, thinks about putting it in his bag, and hesitates a little bit, thinking like, "This thing gonna blow up or something if I put it in there," and then puts it in there.
All right, so you can
No,
add
no. How
a.
many
You can,
stories of runes blowing up do you know of?
Never happens.
oh,
Never done
I heard
that.
too much about that.
only half a dozen now. You can add a cracked runestone to your other inventory. I don't have one currently made up yet, but I
Okay.
No, you
will
put that
later.
crack rock in your bag.
Yeah.
Jesus.
DM, I will send you all the notes about that specific area.
Cool. All right. So with that, Ram hands this dark green stone. Ironically enough, it's being green, but to Yoder, Yoder puts it in his pouch, and Farlin does come back to the front desk and says, "Mr. Yoder, I was able to get a hold of Crew. He's currently gathering it up. He said he'll be down here in about 5 minutes to get the ship ready, and he'll be able to take you down over to the army camp. And the total has been charged to your account. You might want to look that up a little bit later just to make sure that
yeah.
you know."
Yeah.
The bank's here.
I'll just go find. I'll find some blackmail on Amicus, and then we can.
So about 5 or so minutes pass, and a very old, slower Yoder, you know this guy. He is actually probably the most experienced captain they have on this island, as most of the students were gone already, and they've kind of all taken care of it. So a lot of the captains and boats are out of commission, if you will, not out of commission, but not running. So up walks a very old 6-foot bulky turtle named Crew. He's got all of his gear, and he's got his human shipmates with him, about half a dozen. Trash washy tongue. So Crew approaches you guys, and "Are you the group I'm taking to the camp?"
Yoda greets Crew warmly and says, "Crew, it's good to see you. Thanks for getting this together on such short notice. Yes, this is who we're taking. This is everyone."
"All right, give me about 10 minutes, and we'll have this ship on the water and getting you down there. By the way, Yoder, you're gonna owe me for this one."
Yes. Yeah.
So he takes his shipmates. You guys are he's getting onto the biggest boat, and it like across like on the side as he like walks around, and they kind of are all walking up. He slaps his banner on there that says, I can't think of anything, Cruise Squad on it, if you will.
Cruise.
Shit. Yo, are you sprung for business class, dude? What's up?
It'll be Cruise Crew onto the boat, and they are getting everything ready, getting the masts ready, getting all of the things ready for you, and you guys should be on your way in about 10 minutes. Anything else while they're getting their boat together? Any last ditch things you want to do as you are on the northern part of Suica Island?
Is this a sailboat? Boat?
It is going to be, what is it called? No, I forgot what it's called. What do they call those? So it
Galley.
is a galley, yeah. So I mean, it's got from like the outside you can see it's a very big boat. It's kind of like very similar to the boat that you guys came over on, except for it's even a little bigger. So it has, from the outside, you can kind of tell that it does have cannons. It has, defense mechanisms on it, but it also is a very large, like, underhull. So you'd imagine that there's a lot of storage on these boats as well. This is like the biggest one, and the other boat that's next to it is a little smaller, and you can tell that one's more of a traveling boat, and this one's more of a catch-all. Whatever this boat is needed for, it can do.
All right.
Cool.
Probably good to be prepared, I suppose.
It's a mighty fine war vessel.
Just in case any of those mermaids.
It can be if you want it to be. So you have about 10 minutes. Is there anything that you want to do before we set sail?
Is it just a bunch of docks here, or are there stores?
Yeah,
I guess
essentially. So
10
there's
minutes.
a bunch of.
It's not much.
Is this the store episode?
Oh God, are we getting to? No, down here it is mostly docks. Exactly where you are. They're if up a little, down a little ways from the docks. There would be like a shop or so, just for last ditch, shopping before you guys would leave. Before
I guess
anybody
we don't really
leaves the
need
island.
anything, or at least I don't.
Nah, I'm pretty much just ready to get on this boat and see if we can make it to the to the war school.
Okay. So with that, crew gives you the all ahead. Ship is ready. And you guys are going to enter the boat.
Grimmelberg gives one last grunt and grimace before getting on the boat, knowing he has seasickness.
You certainly do.
I forgot about that part.
It could be magic diazepam or anything.
Right?
Yeah, get some fucking Dramamine, dude.
So let me get you all here. So he's got his shipmates all on the boat. He's got his crew of mostly humans, but there's one tiefling as well, and an orc. And let me get you guys. And so you guys enter the boat, and you guys are setting sail around the island to get to the Army Academy.
Oh, it's really happening, boys. It's really happening.
So you guys set sail onto the sea. You guys mostly, with this boat being so big, it does have to get a little farther out. So as you can see, like, it can travel fairly close to the island, but you're probably like out in this range, a little bit deeper water, and you're going to travel essentially.
Like, as we start like our little journey, like Vilgax is just going to be like looking around the ship, making sure we don't have any hitchhikers.
All right, you certainly do. And crew actually, says thanks. Yeah, please go look at the very bottom storage room, if you will. Make sure there's nothing down there. You can take Fred over here with you. He kind of gives you a human sailor to go down to the very bottom storage, which where people like to hide if they are going to hide. And while you're down there, go ahead and give me an investigation.
Oh man, these rolls been so good today. All right.
It's gonna be the first successful investigation.
Okay, so that is this. Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't rolled over a 10 today.
So you and the human go down the steps. It's fairly dark down there, but he's actually got a little light lantern, and you kind of look around some boxes that are down there, and you listen to see if there's anything, but you kind of just hear the waves hitting the boat, and he goes, "I think we're all clear," and then you guys both walk back up the stairs and don't find anything down there. By all intents, everything that you looked at looked to be clear.
All right, well, in that case, I'll just go back up and report to the captain and just the party and be everything looks ship-shape.
Grimmelberg looks like he's about to vomit on you, but turns to the last second to throw up over the edge.
Thanks.
Gives a
I go pat his back and cast prestidigitation to make sure that he's clean and go, it's okay. It's fine. Just let it out. I also prefer air travel, so
Oops.
Air travel. Rom, you have some magic carpet you're holding out on us.
I wish. I wish.
If he did, he could show us a whole new world.
Oh no.
A whole new different point of view.
How
magical.
So with
Maybe there no one would tell you no or where to go.
with that, everybody is on the ship. Crew actually goes downstairs right now, so everybody else is on top of the
If
ship.
you know what I mean.
Oh, I gotta zoom way out.
Yeah.
There we go. I was like, all I see is blue.
There we be.
So you guys are here on the ship. Should have some
I'm on a boat,
water.
motherfucker. It's a motherfucking boat.
I'm on a boat.
Don't know why that stopped. Sailing on a boat. Anything you would like to do while you're on said boat?
I want to try and, assuming there's like a crow's nest or something, like get up there and be watching the water. Because the last time we were on a boat, we fought a big motherfucker that came out of the water.
This is true, you did. So you can climb
Grimmelberg
up to the
remembers
crow's
that same event and decides he wants to see if they got any magical harpoons around here.
As he pukes over the side of the
up here on the top deck, all you really actually see on this specific one. So there's this one, and there's one right below it actually that is still like open air. Then everything else is underneath. So there's actually like two decks, if you will, on this one. So up on top here, currently there is just two anchors. No seeming weapons as far as on this very top layer.
All right, well, Vilgax is just going to be scanning the water. That's going to be my jam.
All right. I will have you give me a couple of perception checks here in a little bit, but as right now, we are just traveling on the water.
And I'm going to throw on my finder's goggles.
Okay.
Grimmelberg asked the captain, can we fire one of the cannons just for fun? I have money.
So right now, Crew is actually down in the bottom layers. He's got his crew up here sailing. So his first mate is currently driving.
I asked the first mate.
And he kind of looks at you and says, that's not my call to make. But I would suggest asking Crew first before you touch his cannon.
Very important to get consent before you touch another man's cannon.
Yes.
For real. Consent is everything.
I need consent to move my own token.
It says you have access to do so. Try refreshing once.
Yeah, I can do my thing.
It says you got access to do so, so I don't know why it's...
I'm probably here. It's just up a ways in the crow's nest.
Yeah, so you're kind of right in the center. You're up, what would that be, 15, 20 feet up there into the crow's nest. Up
Sure,
above the
why
rest
not?
of the ship.
Nope, nothing.
Let me see. 1 second. How about now?
Yes.
Cool. And you all should... Nathan, can you move yours?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Don't know why it didn't work for Grim. All right, anyway, you guys are on the ship. Vilgax, you are looking out. Yoder, what are you doing on the ship now that you're here?
Yoder is finding a good place to sit, and he's got his little journal, one of his journals out, and he's got the rune in one, like sitting on top of the journal. He's just kind of like sketching a sketching it into his journal.
Cool. All right. Why is everybody's names not popping up? That's annoying.
I got Ram and Vilgax is the two that I can see.
I got me. I'm gonna sit next to Yoder while he's doing his thing, and I'm gonna go. So,
Oh, there we go.
are you good at figuring things out? Magical, non-magical, identifying.
Identifying things.
As long as we don't have to roll for it.
Not in the sense that what it is, but could you tell if two things were similar?
I could give it my best shot. I do a lot of research, so I'm pretty used to cross-referencing and checking things, and I've got a bit of knowledge.
Okay.
Is there somebody up in the crow's nest with me or just me?
You like ran up there before anybody else could even get set. It was about to have somebody go up there, and you said, "No, I got this." And so the guy that was supposed to be up there is just kind of like standing below, like just
All right.
like waiting for you to like get down eventually. But so it's just you currently.
Okay, I'm just gonna like holler down loud enough so people can hear me on the deck,
Okay.
and just say, "Just keep a keen eye, boys."
Well, I'm definitely not doing that.
Isn't that what we pay the crew for?
Yeah, right. It's part of his salary.
I mean, what Yotor is going to pay the crew for?
Yeah.
It's all right, dude. He's got that fat debit account.
Yeah.
Could be
Apparently,
headmaster for all we know.
we never asked how much this is gonna be, did we?
nope. No, we just.
Because it's Yotor's problem.
It's a future problem.
That's a tomorrow me problem.
Who's to say we'll even be alive tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. Fuck it. YOLO.
Let's accrue all the debt.
It's not going to be cheap, I'll tell you that. But
And just end
Whether
up with our later stages of the campaign being like Han Solo, running away from debt collectors.
Yep.
That'd be so much fun.
on boat to.
So these ruins, you haven't been to them exactly, but you've done a lot of research on them, and then your partner disappeared.
Yep.
So
Basically.
what is your intent on rectifying that?
Well, prior to meeting this group of adventurers,
That's a nice word to use.
I was kind of deep in trying to track down any sort of evidence of where my partner had disappeared to, but that kind of came up fruitless. So, so I mean that's basically where I am right now. I'm just kind of.
How did he disappear? Just
Well, he left a note, but it wasn't really much help. And I don't know. He just overnight just kind of disappeared. I didn't really notice until like 2 or 3 days afterwards, but because
wow,
he's usually a busy guy. But yeah, when I went to check in his office, it was all disheveled and messed up, and then I found the note, and yeah.
Did you check out the office?
His office, I mean, there wasn't much left there. A lot of it had been either destroyed or a lot of the stuff in it had been destroyed or just was missing. So it was kind of a
Did
mess.
you account what was missing?
Half of his research notes and a lot of like other random bits and bobs. I didn't really take a too close of a look, but there wasn't whatever was left wasn't much help.
Man, it sounds like a problem for an investigator, which is something I am not.
Yeah,
I'm also what?
Would have been good for me to have asked him before he disappeared.
Yeah, yeah. Sad. So sad. Anyway, I'm a bit of a researcher myself as he pulls out his own notebook.
Oh, what is it that you study?
Life, patterns, magic, items, a web.
A web.
Yeah, putting pieces together. My area of study.
Conspiracy theory.
It's got one of UFOs, you know.
Where's your tinfoil hat?
It's unidentified magical flying phenomenon.
What was that you said earlier about lizard people?
Right?
Yeah,
You know.
I guess would just kind of talk to you about whatever you research.
It's not anything too specific, really. You know, there's a general web of life that seems to interest me more than anything.
I see.
Just trying to figure out how it all works. So these runes and ruins and these stupid characters that they keep coming up names for their groups that pop up all over. You hear, you know, you hear on the dogs. It's funny. What's funny about it is it's the same wherever you go. And in the similarity of things, it's kind of interesting trying to figure out why there's so many sames everywhere.
So many what everywhere?
Sames. Similarities.
Oh, okay.
Same circumstances.
Do you mean
Different people.
samesies?
Yeah. Samesies. It's interesting.
It is interesting.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Why is it always a group of 4? You know, where I come from, we had like 6 or 7.
I blame farmers.
Just pushing their plows into the damn runes all the time. And then the plow becomes a rune bearing utensil, and then you just super farm.
Is there strange creatures that you guys have run into?
Some. I guess it depends on what you define as strange.
Grim walks up closer
Stranger
and says,
than
yeah, what do you mean by strange?
In between vomits.
Oh, you know, you have a raccoon. It's cute. It's cuddly. It's something more.
Dude, they got little hands.
I ran into one who really liked cannons. He liked to steal cannons.
Huh. I heard of a village once that got overtaken by hyper intelligent raccoons. It was kind of funny.
What?
There's an explosion of sorts, a magical explosion. Well, you know, raccoons.
Before or after the raccoons?
It was before the raccoon.
Oh. Well,
do you think we could train these raccoons?
I'm sure somebody tried. They were already trained by the looks of it. I mean, they held people hostage and now run their own village. You know, the mountains of Vergetti are funny.
So, Dion, roll for Raccoon Army?
Yeah, sure. Give me a roll for. Let's see. We got 100 of them coming to kill you now in the water too. They can swim.
Damn it! They're supposed to be on our side.
So you worked at a school. You know, what's the basis of magic there?
Oh, they study all sorts of magic. You know, all the different schools of magic. The school is actually kind of designed in a certain way so that the confluence of ley lines along the. Actually, I'm making this up.
By all means, I'm loving it. Go do it.
All right. It's designed in such a way that the whole school acts as like a focus, so that it's easier for the students to conjure up magic. But
So the school itself is a focus of the various different magics that you study.
yep,
Huh.
and at least up until recently, it was a very renowned university. In part because
Yeah, I heard about the Slytherins. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know who told you, but I think they may have been a little biased.
So, as magic is practiced here, there's always a focus. Correct?
Of some sort, yeah. I mean, I don't know that I've met anyone who can just conjure magic without, you know, using some sort of physical object or some sort of ritual of some sort.
Yes, some spells require focus.
I'm gonna say nothing because I'm assuming I can't hear any of this from where I'm at.
No, not really. You really
Well,
can't.
other than our friend up there, but I think he's got his own arrangements.
So, magic requires a spell focus or some sort of focus to cast and/or create the effect desired. And are all those things that anyone can learn?
Um, some people are more predisposed to it than others.
With multi-classing, anything is possible.
But there's ways for people to harness these powers that they haven't previously been able to.
So, let's use, for example, a simple spell such as, I don't know, fireball. If I wasn't capable of casting that spell before, as long as I had a focus of some kind, I could cast that spell now, regardless of my inherent magical ability, correct?
It requires some effort, but
Yeah.
there are certain ways to do that, such as
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Maybe we don't want to tell the new guy how to blow shit up just yet.
I have a feeling he'll find out one way or another.
Grimmelberg just points out we're also on a boat made of wood filled with gunpowder, so if you do happen to try to learn fireball, let's not do it on the boat.
Oh, I wasn't trying.
Yoder's going to ask Rom a question. So you seem like you travel around a lot. Have you ever
Mhm.
met a person named Clara?
I've met many a Clara.
Anyone that was like studying things similar to me, or just generally interested in studying things like you are?
I'm asking.
No.
No,
Okay.
no, not in this specific example. Someone from here, right? From the islands, you mean?
Um, anywhere in the world.
Well, there's a lot of the world to discover yet, I think.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, Carmen San Diego's out there somewhere.
Have you
And
met anyone with a
Clara?
red trench coat? Clara, yeah. But I mean, if
Clara.
it doesn't strike you as, then pay no mind.
Okay. Is this someone you know?
Someone who knows me.
Huh.
Is it somebody
Oh,
that you used to know?
someone important?
Boom, 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 boom. Could be. Could be.
No, I'm afraid not. Not in my most recent travels, at least, or of this world. No.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Well then.
What about you, Grim? I mean, I'm sure there's many of you running around trying to get to the. Where are we going? Military
Oh
camp.
shit, I just realized here goes Grimm's ego. Now he's gonna be the only dragonborn in the party.
Yo, yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm something of a renowned warrior, but
Here we go.
you could always learn more.
So,
For
brothers,
round warrior,
sisters.
spent a lot of time on the ground last fight.
Well, I was raised by a band of orcs and the great General Dax, but everybody I know is dead except for who's on this boat,
Oh,
and then one other insignificant other guy. You might know
so
him. I don't
where does your ancestry hail from then?
know. Well, I thought my parents were orcs, and I just became a dragon, but there was some talk of possibly being adopted, but they're all dead, so I can't really ask anymore.
Somebody's car alarm going off.
Yeah, there's someone outside my window.
Your whole family's dead.
Well, I thought we established that when I said it twice, but I guess I could say yes. My whole
I'm
family's
saying it
dead
out
a
of
third
shock.
time.
Yeah. I'm saying it out of shock. Interesting. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, I guess.
Grim doesn't know how to take the sincerity and asks, "Are you fucking with me?"
No, it's a great loss when someone, especially an ancestor, especially from where you come from, it's a great loss. Always a great loss. Doesn't happen too
Grim just
often.
goes,
And
So,
then,
should we kill something or
and then that
I don't
awkward silence.
know.
Vilgax, go ahead and give me a perception check from the top.
Yeah, Mr. Crow's Nest.
Good thing I have negative on this one. I don't know how to do compound roll, so I'm gonna do the D4 after.
Okay, that works.
I'm pretty sure it's not gonna matter though. Fuck.
"Why do we have the guy who's blind in the crow's nest?"
I mean, I'm not normally.
You insisted.
So up there,
Oh my
from what you can
God.
see ahead, you kind of, even with your goggles on,
It's fucking horrendous.
kind of look left, right, down at the water.
Okay, guys, there's a lot of blue out here. Okay, there's a lot of sun reflection on the event horizon, and see what had happened was.
You're doing great.
So yes, as of right now, you all things look great. Crew yells up and says thanks if you can hear him. And you guys are still traveling. You keep traveling out and around the water. We can fast forward a little bit to. This is going to take you guys 2 or 3 days on the water to get there.
I thought wasn't it 2 days from where we were walking?
No, 3 to 4 from where you're going to walk through all the,
Oh, gotcha.
and 2 to 3
Gotcha.
on boat, which is why you guys decided boat. So as time goes by, you guys pass your time on the boat as is, talking, chatting. Rom, if there's anything else you would like to chat with while you're on the boat and have everybody here and you guys are secluded on a boat. If not, we can keep traveling down in the ocean, down around the islands.
Round the outside.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go around the outside.
Hopefully, there's no icebergs in this water, because I won't see shit.
Well, I mean, it's
I would
tropical
just-
islands.
They should have really had somebody else up here with me.
I would have just clarified with Vilgax that I'm a taken man, and any future sexually tensive moments are just out of pure fun.
Grim throws up over the edge again.
You do so.
Gotta keep drinking water, man. It's not good to dry heave.
Is it smooth sailing? Is the weather good?
Today the weather is good.
All right. Like
It
it.
is nice and clear as you guys set sail. You guys have been traveling for a few hours now, kind of back and forth. The water is actually very smooth, so the fact that Grim is throwing up now causes a little concern if the water was to get even more choppy. But
Foreshadowing.
Choppy.
yeah, for now you guys are sailing smooth.
Grim stumbles down below deck to try to sleep.
You do so. You do find a bunk down on the third level where you can lay down and try to shake some of this sickness.
Grab a rack, boy.
I have two of the same spells. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'm just gonna, stay on lookout as long as I can, and then when it gets to be like I'm fatigued, like yell down to crew and tell them to send somebody up. Take my shift.
Yes, you certainly do that. As time goes by, as long as nothing else or nobody else wants to discuss anything at this very moment, we are getting into the night now where it is going to start to get dark. Crew does walk up to the front of the ship and he sends a couple orbs of light out to the front mast. So it does, there's a little more light, but obviously your guys' perception along past the boat and past the long mast is now a little harder as it gets darker outside. He also sets up some lights along the entire boat so you guys can actually see where you're walking. So the boat is lit up now at this point.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah. So there is that as you travel. If you would like to come down, Vilgax, and he can send one of his mates up to go look.
It's probably for the best.
So he does that, and he sends his normal person that would go up top up.
All right.
Hopefully he has better than -2 perception.
One would hope.
Up there.
And then you got the goggles that are supposed to help you see better. It's just like, no.
Hey, it helped me by 1. So I'll walk over by Ram, right? But like not like looking at Ram, looking over like the side of the ship.
Yep.
Just go, so new friend, how are your eyes?
It depends on the day.
What do your shiny eyes see?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just wondering if darkness is a problem if we get into a situation.
Oh, no.
Like, do you have dark vision?
Comes up every single episode.
I don't give a shit whether you have dark vision or not. Me, literally every campaign.
Yep.
I have dark vision? Yeah, I know.
Great, it's foggy. Fuck you.
Tell me for the 20th time.
This is magically dark.
No, it's just evening time. It's starting to get dusk, dark out. So.
That's interesting. Why don't I have control of that?
Oh, are you missing something?
Have control of that. Yeah, I'm figuring out.
Okay. Let me know if you need me to do anything.
No, it's not you, it's me.
Okay.
Damn, I've heard that before.
So as
Really
the night
creepy.
goes, it is now dinner time. He does have a cook downstairs that is cooking up dinner, and it is now ready. And you guys can all have a nice dinner of potatoes and screw it. There's definitely some steak. The first night he's treating you guys well. Yoder, it's going on your tab anyway, right?
Right, yeah, totally. Small portions, guys, small portions.
Hey, you said room service, right?
Oh, that's why. Okay, that makes more sense.
Taters, boil them, mash them, put them in a stew.
I just
Taters? What's
get
taters?
extra ability for no reason.
Aha.
I mean, there is a reason. It's just too complicated. There's no reason for it. Anyway,
As you guys have your feast, if anybody hasn't, you guys can all actually just give yourself a long rest at this point, since you've just been on the boat pretty much all day.
I don't remember when the last time I did that, so yeah, I'm gonna do that.
You guys have just been chilling, relaxing on the boat.
shooting some b-ball outside of school.
We're a couple of guys. Go
Guys,
Crimson, I'm good. Start fighting outside my country in.
As the night grows darker and darker, you have now. There is sleeping quarters down below if you guys would like to go there. Otherwise, you're looking. At this point, you guys have been traveling for quite a while from the shores.
Somebody on the boat crew is going to be out and lookout like 24/7,
Yep.
though, right?
Yep, someone on the
Okay.
boat is out in the crow's nest pretty much at all times. Crew is, oddly enough, seems to be like just wired all of the time and awake. He does have a few trade-offs here and there at night, so it's a little bit less crew that is on top than during the day. But yeah, everyone is. It's probably been about 7-8 hours since you left, so we're getting into 8-9 o'clock at night or so, whatever the time frame is here. And yeah, you guys are still on the water. Would you guys like to do anything? Would you like to go to sleep? Would you like to talk some more? Anything?
I mean, I'm gonna actually take advantage of somebody else watching the shit for right now, I think, and crash out.
Cool.
And I don't know if there's like rooms per se, but in an area that's
there's little blocked off. I wouldn't necessarily, they're not solid, but there's going to be like curtains for like a little room with a bed and or a cot of sorts.
Basically, I just want to be like away from everybody else. What I'm
you
going
can go
for.
into like the very back corner of the sleeping quarter room and take that. And be away
Perfect.
from everybody else. Yoder, what are you doing?
Yoder, I mean, he's gonna find a bunk and keep scribbling stuff down in his journal, thinking.
Okay.
And I'm the only lady here. I need my privacy.
Yeah. Grim, what are you doing besides hacking up your lung?
Well, between vomits, I'm going to try to talk crew into firing a cannon.
At this point at night, crew says, absolutely not. Would you like to get there in one piece, or would you like to, have some sort of epic battle and die on the water?
Hey, remember that last time there was some water and then you decided you wanted to shoot/throw something into the water? That didn't go very well.
Well, then I threw myself in the water and it was great.
That's true. You did do that. But crew says no. You are not. We're not firing cannons unless we absolutely have to. Those are expensive, and I'm going to have the one to pay for them. So no, not unless we're attacked, buddy.
So with gunpowder, do you have access to grenades, and can I buy any?
No.
Grim just looks defeated.
Poor Grim.
Rom, what are you doing up on top right now?
Just gonna close my eyes and lean back.
Cool. Let's see. What should I roll?
D6.
Iceberg, right ahead.
Iceberg right ahead.
Titanic Part 2. Let's go.
That's not a D20. That would.
I started to watch that last night and I forgot how absolutely slow it starts out, so I turned it off. It's like an hour of nothing.
All right. The crow's nest hollers down to crew and says, from what we can see, still all clear.
Amazing.
I'd like to roll for my chances here.
Sure.
Not bad.
Sure. You guys sleep through the night as best as you can on a rocking boat. But you guys are
Double long
awoken.
rest.
You guys are awoken with the boat rocking more than normal than yesterday.
All right.
As Vilgax, you kind of almost to the point where you all are awakened. Who's all down in the bunks?
That would be me.
Yoder, Vilgax, Grim. Were you down there? Or are you gonna sleep up on top?
Yeah, Grim's down there, kind of
Okay.
leaning up against a wall, rocking with the boat, and then he just says, "Fuck."
And at that, so Vilgax, Yoder, and Grim, you actually get shaken so much as far as the boat leaning to one way that you all three fall out of bed, and that's how you've been awoke.
Awesome.
Rom, you're up on top, kind of leaning against like the back. You kind of like were like sitting up, sleeping, and you end up sleeping mostly, probably some of the better sleep that you've had in a while. But you also get kind of like whipped over and fall over as the boat rocks into the ocean as the waves get a little bigger. So you guys are all awake. Crew does come around and looks at you, Rom, and says, sorry about it's getting a lot more choppy out here today as you guys are now starting to make the turn around the bottom of the island. The water's a little more choppy out here today,
Is
and
it nighttime still?
it is now about 6 in the morning, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. It is oddly dark though for it being morning.
Yeah.
As the clouds have moved in, there is no sun, and it is overcast. And at this point, it should be starting to get lighter out, as the sun should have been peaked. Oh, sorry, you said wait. I just saw that.
Okay.
What? No.
Okay.
No, that was something else.
Once I get like thrown out of bed or kicked out of bed, essentially, I'm gonna like go topside and just ask the crew up there and just say, and look around and go, is this normal for this area and this time?
Well, crew kind of, as you walk up the stairs and you start saying that to the crew does walk over, and apologies if you were shaken awake. As you can tell, the weather is changing, and it looks like we're going to have a rainy day. Probably going to want to secure anything you don't want moving around. My crew is the best crew on the island. We'll get through this no problem, but it's going to be a little rougher today as we make our approach into the camp.
All right. Vilgax is fine with that. Well, Captain, you are the most experienced one here, so I'll defer to your judgment.
All right, and the crow's nest is going to make another roll. Yells down to crew. All signs point to still clear up from up here, Captain.
Is he using the magic 8-ball to see if he sees anything?
Is it like super dark up here?
It is. How can I describe this? It is. I wouldn't say like super dark, like pitch black, dead of night, but more of the. If you've ever woken up to a thunderstorm, the sky is very gray. The water is now very dark, obviously, as there's no like sun reflecting, so like there's not a whole lot of visibility as far as the water goes as well. So it's more just almost as if a thunderstorm is approaching currently. So I wouldn't say it's light, but it's not like pitch black or anything. He does still have the lights up on the ship deck, just so you guys can have a little extra vision as far as
so like there's like a flame somewhere.
So yeah, he's got like dancing lights,
okay,
if you will, like around the entire ship, and then out onto the front of the mast, kind of guiding the ship as it goes.
Roll to survive a hurricane.
There's no open flame anywhere.
No open flame currently, no.
Okay, so Rom's got a thing for fire.
But there are unlit torches around. He put up his dancing lights because that is what Rom prefers for light versus fire. or sorry, not what Rob. Sorry, what Crew prefers for light instead of fire
Yep.
on a wooden ship.
I go over to the front of the ship
Mhm.
and I do a little casty cast. And put 3 more on the front of the ship.
All right. Romantic.
Yes, he's a romantic.
My actual full name.
So you send up more lights, out more lights, and kind of Crew kind of gives you a nod, and more lights are always better than none, right?
Depends on the day, my friend.
This
It
is
really
very
depends on the day.
this is very true. One bad thing about having lights on a ship is we are a beacon now. But
Yeah, yeah. You know, I used to know of this strange creature thing resided in the deepest recesses of. Never mind.
he kind of shakes his head and says, "Well, I hope we don't meet whatever the hell that is."
Yeah, do you enjoy tentacles? I don't.
I'd prefer not. I've had my fair share run-ins of squids and other water monsters
Fucking
across my
Agram.
travels, but okay, give me. So you're on the second level now. Granted, Crew is not there, but each one of them has somebody at the cannon at the ready. So one of them goes to the bathroom as you try to give me a stealth check and a sleight of hand check against the 3 other crewmates that are down there.
Yoder, this trip's gonna get a lot more expensive. Damn, my chair's so squeaky.
So
Sorry.
stealth is disadvantage because I'm heavy armor boy.
Yep.
Oh wait, that was supposed to be +3. But yeah, so 13
Okay.
and 3. Or wait, that one's also +3, so 6.
6.
But yeah, so 6. So obviously they see what I'm trying to do.
So 2 of them are looking out into the water, and so there's one like on each corner of the ship. So like kind of where these stairs are, as you can see here. So like down below on that deck there is here, I'll get back to you. Well, yes, technically it does, but so anyway, so where these steps are, there are cannons like on the second level of the ship. There's the 2 on this side are paying no attention to you, but the one up front does hear you walk down the stairs, and then just kind of pays no attention to you. And then as you try to like put something into the cannon, you make a first of all you drop one of the cannonballs on the ship, which makes a huge loud sound. And then
Great.
he says, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I jingle a bag of coins at him.
Our lives are worth more than coin, my friend. I suggest you go back up there, and I won't tell Crew.
Grim just walks away looking defeated.
Imagining like a big puppy dog face.
As you are walking back up to the top, you actually see like the other like person come out of the bathroom from there and back to the cannon, and now all the cannons are being manned.
So I'm gonna look at Yoder and I'm gonna go look at Vilgax and I'm gonna go, what do you think is the likelihood of us getting into trouble in the next 5 to 15 minutes?
And the next what?
5 to 15 minutes.
Like in game, like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like in game.
Well, it's an oddly specific time frame since you just put that giant beacon on the front of the boat. Friend.
There was already beacons on the boat.
Yeah, he just put more out. They were already lit. Now it's just leaving more lit.
Beacons are lit.
It's so lit, man.
I was simply asking a question.
Yoda doesn't imagine that we're going to be attacked by anything anytime soon, unless you know something that he doesn't.
No. And then he kind of just looks over at Grim.
Oh, did you go back topside?
Grim
Grim?
walks up and says, "I'm never gonna get to fire a cannon."
That's probably for the best, buddy. maybe we can ask the military people if they'll let you fire one of their cannons. They probably have some, right?
Well, I wanted to say I have experience firing cannons when I get there.
Ah. I see.
Clear. All right. As you guys are traveling, it is now, since you guys were up fairly early as the ship rocked, it is rocking quite a bit. It's still staying course, it's still staying upright, but is very choppy. Sorry, I'm just seeing this now. Yeah, go ahead and give me one.
Okay,
Roll
cool. 2 of them?
Yep.
That is +5, so I got a 16 and a 27. Or 23.
You are successful on both. So
Cool.
as he's walking over, you can describe it if you'd like. Otherwise, you can not. And you're successful.
Oh, I'm successful.
Cool. Let me take you back to the map. At this point, you guys are now down on the on the southern down. We are traveling. We are now entering the down here, like
The down under.
The down under, making the approach and the turn.
Rounding the horn.
However, with as how choppy and rough as it is out here, he actually, instead of taking you as close to the shore as he would like, you guys actually have to swing down here a little ways. And now you have to go here, and then you're going to go up from here.
All right, fair.
To make it swing. So that's where you currently are now as it's swinging. It hasn't ever lightened up. It has started to rain now a bit. And it doesn't ever seem to get lighter. It does seem to actually get a little darker as there's some lightning in the sky, a little bit of thunder. The water is a little more rough than it was this morning. And your crow's nest looks out with his scope.
Good thing he's got a scope, guys.
And he reports, "We have another ship approaching."
Another ship?
From the south.
So Vilgax
goes down to stand with the cannons.
Vilgax doesn't have all that much experience being on ship crew, even though I looked like, a female pirate. And I'm just gonna holler up at the crow's nest and just go, "What colors are they flying?"
Their colors are mostly black, a like a dullish, like teal almost. He can't make out necessarily what is on the flags or anything, but it does look like a black and blue type of coloring in their flags.
Please.
Sounds like elves.
My character or crew know if that's good or bad?
Rom actually knows these colors vaguely as being, at least from what you can remember. Give me a history roll, actually.
I knew you were a fucking runaway.
For funsies.
Natural 20.
Awesome. You absolutely remember these colors from your travels.
I'm good at
Off,
history. 26.
off to the east. You remember beyond the Eloran Islands of the what is out there, and then that other small. If you're on your map, you can.
Mhm.
But this little guy here. Oh damn it! This little guy here. Nope. Why is it doing that? From this guy right here. Do you remember these colors being part of the second half of the Fallen, which would be the Yanti?
That doesn't sound friendly.
Now, you did a little more from what you can remember since you got this natural 20. You know that they are technically a subsection of the Fallen that are
Mhm.
way out east.
Mhm.
The Triton are the ones that are out farther east that have the bigger island, which is the
Mhm.
one that looked a little more dark to you. This smaller one is more of like just a rundown jungle, if you will.
Mhm.
You never really traveled into it, but just by going by, it didn't look any more dark than the other ones, but it was more like rundown. But you do know that there were a Yanti that inhabited that little island way out here, and it does seem to be their colors that are traveling towards you.
Cool. Well, luckily I did the thing.
Did you get travel insurance, Yoder?
I signed something.
Uh,
Didn't read it.
I'm gonna uh hold on. Let me make sure I know exactly what I did for sure. Is there anything that they would have to do? Because I don't think so. I think it's just a bonus action for them. So
People got to
yeah.
get their money, Yoder. You know this.
That's true.
So I'm not 100% sure about this, but I'm gonna say, everyone, I would probably get ready to throw down some shit.
Cool.
And then when I tell you open your mouths with gusto.
What? Wait, what did I miss here?
Wait, did I join Claire at some point?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Think what you two, Vilgax and Yoder, would feel is some sort of like I don't know. You'd feel a lot more stronger, like as if I had maybe possibly given you an extra shot at throwing things out of your mouth magically.
Interesting.
As the rain falls,
Okay.
as the rain falls, and the waves get. You guys are still ahead. Crew has now taken the boat. They're approaching you from the south, so instead of stopping, he has made the turn towards the islands and is going to try and get you guys to the island as best as he can inside the storm that is approaching. Let me see how far he can get. And let me see how bad the storm is. As you guys are approaching the out into the harbor of the islands, the boat, the Yanti, or so supposedly Yanti boat, is just decent ways behind as you guys approach. But the waves start to get bigger, and the boat starts to rock. And
Love it.
Don't rock the boat.
And as you guys are going into the alcove, I can give you a visual here. As you guys are pulling in to here to try and swing into the camp, which is here, a large wave now takes your boat, and pushes you towards this set of land right here. And as it gets darker and heavier and the rain starts to pour, you guys are now in the process of crashing into the land as the crew has now lost control of the ship.
Oh, good thing we hired these clowns.
Which,
Yippee.
Yoder, you would know this is very weird. Crew is the very best captain on the island and can normally get through any storm of any kind, as far as his legend goes.
Is the ship tipping over, or is it just?
It is
Just
headed
moving the way that they can.
square. Yeah, it is headed square towards the alcove of rocks and shoreline, and him and his crew are running frantically everywhere to try and hold the ship up. But you do see the Yanti ship behind you approaching faster than it seems like it should. And everybody, give me a straight D20 roll for funsies.
Just for funsies.
Hey, look at that. Keeping up with my record today.
Ooh.
I'm just rolling really good today.
Yeah, we got great rolls.
Well, that's good because I'm garbage. Real hot
Oh, you-
garbage.
You didn't roll the lowest. I got a 3.
And I rolled shitty for everybody else. All right. So as the boat approaches and he tries to grab along, the rain is pouring down and it is getting darker outside. And he does crash and hit the shoreline and the rocks. Vilgax and Yoder,
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
you guys go flying off of the ship, sinking with the ship currently. As it hits and crashes into the shore, your vision almost, I wouldn't necessarily go black, but it is mass chaos as far as the ship goes. You two have now fallen into the water just outside of the just outside of the peninsula there. Grim and Rom, you guys actually successfully, as it crashes in, you guys are able to jump off into the water yourselves. So you know exactly where you are. You are just off the shore, and you guys are able to actually swim ashore as the boat continues to grow upside the shore and break into 100 pieces. And everybody else that was on the boat falls into the water with Yoder and Vilgax. And I need Vilgax and Yoder to give me dexterity saving throws.
Oh boy.
It's lucky I never fired one of those cannons. We might be in trouble.
Just so happens you fired it and it hit the
Rom
one
and Rom, you are now on the shore as it's pouring down and dark. Mass chaos. Ship is now just half sunk, broken. Perfect.
Oh, fuck.
And you
How
throw up
far off
dancing.
from
Sorry.
shore are we?
You now, with your dexterity saving throw, you're able to get up out of the water and swim, even though it's very choppy. And you can see that you're probably about 20 feet out in as you were thrown from the boat, the large boat from the top deck. You're probably about 20 feet out from shore. You can kind of see the land there. Vilgax, you are still underwater.
I'm gonna use my ever bright lantern to kind of work like a lighthouse at the beach.
Perfect. As soon as that happens, Yoder, you do see a very bright light off about 20 feet, and you know you should be going that way. Vilgax, you are currently still underwater. Not drowning yet, but you are underwater as it is choppy. Rom, you are on the shore. You now see a very bright light about 20 feet down from the shore. You also do that. So now there's fires on broken wood that it's lighting the way as well, Yoder, for you. And Vilgax, you can now see some light up. You do know you need to get up.
It's all right, guys. I can hold my breath for a minute.
And Rom, you do see this bright lantern about 20 feet down the shoreline, and you're hoping that it's one of the crewmates or one of your friends.
I'm hoping.
What would you guys like to do?
Swim towards the fire. I think Is Vilgax? Am I near Vilgax, or do I even
You
know?
have
I see
no
Vilgax?
idea. All you can see right now is very dark. It's raining. The waves are coming over you, but you are able to manage your way to swim with your 17, and you are about 20 feet away from the shore. But Vilgax is nowhere to be seen.
I mean, for me, I'm just gonna obviously try and swim to the surface and then try and find land.
Okay. With your 11, it does take you a while, and you kind of like splashing as you do get up. And Yoder, you're about halfway to the shore. Vilgax, you can now are at the top, and you are about 30 to 40 feet away, best guesstimate, from shore. But you can see some light off in the distance, even though it is very dark and stormy out here. That you see out in front of you.
All right, well, I'm gonna try and get to land, get the hell out of this sinking ship fiasco.
Okay. So you are trying to
try to
swim.
throw my rope to him.
You
One
can
end
certainly
of it.
try.
So just like a regular D20 then, or
yeah, give me a D20 with your strength.
with strength?
Which lights? Oh, yep, got it. You're doing that. 5.
Wow.
So as you go to take the
Oh,
as you think to throw your rope out there in hopes that if any survivors are out in the water, that they'll be able to grab on, and as soon as you feel a tug, you'll be able to pull them in. Perfect. You are doing that and going towards the light. It is so raining out here, and the rope slips out of your hand as you go to throw it, and now it is just a big, large floating rope in the water.
So should I just take the rope out of my inventory then?
Yes, please. You can go.
oh my god. Everything associated with me today in rolls is just garbage.
Give me another dexterity saving throw, Vilgax.
I was waiting for you to tie yourself up and fall in the fucking water. Another dex save?
Yes, sir.
Come on. Anything higher than a single digit. I'll take it. Hey!
4. Fabulous. Yoder, give me another one.
Finally.
Dex save, you said? Did you say dex save?
Yep.
Yep. Click. There we go. Click, click, click. 15.
Perfect. So with that, Vilgax, you see another large wave coming at you, and you're able to brace yourself now, and you basically said, fuck this. I'm getting myself back onto land. And you're able to get yourself basically under the wave for a split second so as it doesn't push you out further. And as you come up on the other side of it, you are now able to swim and get closer. You're still a ways out, so this is still going to be tough for you to get there. But you are now swimming towards the shore. Everything
That's what
around
surfers
you,
do.
The only thing you can see around you is shrapnel from the ship. But give me a perception check as well,
Oh man.
with disadvantage in the storm.
Oh man.
Yoder,
Do I
you are
really need
about-
that today?
You are now about 10 feet away from shore with your 15. Hey, natural 20.
Yeah, but a 12 with disadvantage.
Which is sad. But basically all you see around you is a few of these shipwrecks of like fire now. You're able to come see that, so it's almost lighting your way towards the shore. You do see bright lights on the shore, or what you assume is the shore off there. But behind you, there is still a ship approaching. And you are trying to swim your way to shore. Yoder, you're now about 10 feet away. You can still, the lights are getting brighter. You can make out a humanoid on the land.
Can I turn around real quick and see if I see anyone else swimming towards shore?
Please give me a perception check.
Perception. Abilities. Skills. Sorry. Perception. +4. 14.
14. You see a ship. You see a bunch of shrapnel. But as far as in the water, it is too dark to really see anybody. You don't see anybody else floating ashore.
Okay, I'm just going to continue swimming towards the person on shore then.
Cool. And you do that. And then I need Vilgax in order to give me one more D20 roll. Plus nothing.
Just regular D20?
Just give me a regular D20. This is your final roll. Let's see, it's going to be a luck check now.
6.
This
You guys are just
guys-
gonna die to the fucking storm, aren't
All
you?
this heavy armor I'm still wearing.
So Ram and Grim, you can both see somebody flailing in the water out in front of you guys.
Man.
As you're approaching, Ram, as you're approaching that lantern, you see splashing, like waving arms out in the water. And which is going to be you, Yoda, and you are now stagnant in the water. A huge wave has come and hit you. You are still close-ish, but you still are a ways away, and it seems as if you're losing this battle to get to shore. Vilgax with a 3, you also have another huge wave come and hit you, and you are still essentially in the same spot as you were, about 20 feet out into the deep water. But you are also feel like you're getting pulled out towards the middle of the ocean versus getting closer to the shore. What are you, Grim, Rom, doing anything?
Well,
I'm not a
shit.
strong swimmer, guys. Not a strong swimmer.
It's looking that way. Yoder, do you have a rope? I lost mine.
I'm gonna.
I have a blanket.
All right, who else is? Who's on shore with me that I can ask for a rope? Damn it!
Well, nobody currently. You don't see anybody. It's just you where you are currently at. But go ahead, Ron.
I see Yoder, correct?
You do see somebody out in the water
Yeah,
flailing.
I don't know who it is, but I see
No.
him flailing. I can pinpoint exactly where he's at.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And can I see the figure?
Like in the water?
No, the other one.
Which is the other
Boat?
one? The
The
boat?
one that's on shore with the
Oh,
light.
yes.
I can see that one.
Yep, you are close enough to see that one.
Okay, how far away distance-wise would I be from either one of them?
You are probably about 15 feet away from Yoder. It's very dark. There's little trees here on the shore and whatnot, and you're probably a good 10 feet away from the lantern at this point.
And I'm still invisible.
You are still invisible, and you
Damn
still
it.
are. Yep.
I'm gonna
stealthy.
point my finger over to the one with the lantern. I'm gonna go, "Who are you? What do you want? And what are you doing here?" As I'm immediately turning around and going to help Yoder.
Okay.
Do I hear it through the storm?
Give me.
I don't say anything out loud.
Perception?
You don't say anything out loud.
Mm-mm.
So you don't hear anything, Grim. As you are now going to, you are now at the shore, Rom. What are you doing to help?
I'm gonna pull his ass out because obviously this motherfucker can't swim.
Okay, he is about 10 feet out into the water still.
Yeah, I'm going in there.
You're gonna go swim. Awesome. Give me just a straight 20 roll.
Oof, that is a 2.
A 2.
That is a 2.
Okay. So as you go in to jump into the water, you immediately, as you come up, as you go to swim, you have now lost sight of where Yoder was. As you get down into the water, you know, in the general direction where he was before, but now you have lost sight of him currently. But you can kind of still hear a little bit of possible screams or yells or like gurgling, if you will, out in the water. Vilgax, Yoder, give me another roll 20.
Ermelberg shouts out, "How are you all this bad at swimming?"
Quick question. So that spell you cast that gave us breath weapon earlier, it says of the chosen type. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind then. So you chose the okay. Anyway, 14.
14, perfect. You are now up again.
Oh, fuck's sake. I can't roll more than 10.
Another wave hits you, Vilgax, and you are now back out about 40 feet again. As you come back up, you are getting pushed farther out into the ocean. Yoder, you are able now above the water. You do see a figure now about 5-7 feet in front of you, but does look like a humanoid in the water, kind of like looking around as best as you can see here, but with the rain falling down. What are you doing?
Gosh, I'm trying to think of other than just swimming. I don't know if there's much more I can just do.
Yeah, you could certainly swim towards.
How deep is the water underneath me right now?
You definitely don't feel the bottom or anything. You're basically in the middle of an ocean.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking like if I'm close to shore, but yeah.
I mean, it's getting a little. You can't really tell. as far as
Okay.
how deep it is.
It's chaotic.
It's very chaotic here, but you do swim towards Rom. Rom, you do see this figure in the water now, actually swimming towards you. You kind of get a glimpse. You're like looking around. You have no idea where you are, but now you do hear like what sounds like swimming off in the distance. Vilgax, you are currently out in the middle of the ocean, another 40 feet out in the water, back where you basically started. As more some wood is floating out with you and towards you, parts of the ship, but you are floating out in the middle of the ocean. Grim, what are you doing?
Are there any ropes from the wreckage of the ship near me that I could grab?
No, pretty much everything that's by you is wood. There's maybe a couple. Give me a luck roll. Actually, this will be fun. Give me a roll of a d20, and we'll see how you get. What's there?
11.
Perfect. There is a small rope and a what looks like to be a part of the mast, and the sails are kind of flailing in the wind next to you. But as you go to pick up the rope, it looks like it's only about 10 feet of rope instead of 100 and whatever the standard rope is.
Mine are 50. Yeah.
Yeah. Yoder, you are now swimming towards Ram, and as you get closer, you are able to swim up to him. And now Ram and Yoder, you are together about 7 feet out from the shore. What are you two doing?
Let's get to the shore.
All right. You guys get to the shore. At this point, you guys do see a large ship approaching.
Wait, was Ram invisible?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you were still invisible, weren't you? My apologies. So you don't
Is this
see
other
but you-
ship gonna crash too?
I just been swimming towards the lights, but just in
Yeah.
case anyone does happen to see me from shore, I am going to cast Fairy Fire centered on myself.
All right. So now you
And-
see a big fairy fire beacon essentially out in the middle of the water, Ram, as he's kind of like
So,
swimming
well,
past
any
you.
creatures within the 20-foot cube are outlined in like a green flame, or green green light.
So what
if
you
they
see
fail,
then,
Dex
Ram, is a big green, almost flame, basically swimming past you. He didn't actually see you. So you are swimming towards shore, Yoder. At this point, you do see him swim right past you, Ram. You don't see anything next to you, Yoder. Vilgax, Yoder gave me another roll. Ram, what are you gonna do?
Just a d20.
Yep. Ram, what are you doing at this point?
I'm swimming further.
Okay. You're swimming out further, like away from shore? Okay. So you are swimming out. Yoder, at this point,
Our rolls are great.
you have hit another wave that's going to keep you in the same exact spot. You were almost right on shore. At this point, the ship is very close to you, Vilgax, and you, Ram. And Yoder, the waves are pushing you back out into the water at this point.
The other ship?
The other ship that was trailing you guys.
Okay.
And now your vision goes black. You are now, all three of you are now in the water, almost sucked down into it. And you have now been brought up what seems like a net. And you all three are now entrapped in a net.
Oh, we're all together in the net?
All three of you now are entrapped in a
Wow.
net underwater.
Underwater, the three of
Currently.
us just chilling, just vibing.
Can I see this?
You do see a ship approaching the shore with a net hanging off the end, but you don't know necessarily exactly what's going on from that.
But my three bitches are with me, correct?
You have
Or my two
Vilgax and
bitches?
Yoder with you. Yep.
Oh, sweet. I stop being invisible because I'm not trash. And I grab the both of them and I go, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I'm gonna go about 300 feet towards the shore by using Dimension Door.
Sweet. So now that will get you to the shore.
I mean, that was going to be my
Sweet.
next go-to, is just grab you guys and teleport the fuck out of here.
I can do it better than you, bitch.
Now,
I'm just kidding.
Well,
because you know exactly where you were before on the on shore, you take the two of them and Does that need somatic? Is that verbal? I don't remember.
I'm looking.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how you
I lost
cast it,
colonies.
because my spell's different than the regular
Mine's
one. So
instantaneous. It's verbal.
It's verbal. Okay, so you
Verbal.
do need to make you're able to do this, and you're able to get
Mhm.
on shore. But as you pop back into on the shore, you are filled with water as if you were drowning because you were at attitude. So you are coughing up a shitload of water. And give me a luck roll to see if you can shake all of the water out of your lungs, or if you are currently
Just a
basically
straight
drowning on
20,
shore.
right?
Yep. Or give me a Constitution saving throw. Let's do that.
Constitution save? Well, that's
Yep.
better for me.
Yep.
do it. No single digits.
That's +7 for me. So 11 plus 7 is 18.
18. So you guys all of a sudden are encapsulated in a net, and you guys are kind of flailing, freaking out. You have no idea what's going on. And within a split second, you see Rom basically pop up into the net with you, and then you guys are popping out of existence. And now we're on shore with Rom. He is coughing and essentially sounds like he's gurgling and like someone was drowning essentially on the shore. So he's laying there, but you two are now standing next to him. The rain is coming down. The ship is out in the water. You do see a bright light about 20 feet off down the shore that way. What are you guys doing?
All right, so Vilgax is just gonna shake my head, like shake it off, kind of look around, see the situation, see Yoder, see like Rob struggling, and I'm gonna like give him like the not the Heimlich, but like the pat on the back, like get it out of your lungs kind of thing, right?
Give me a medicine roll.
I don't use that one very
What's
much.
happening?
Uh-oh.
Why is this doing this?
So do I see
19
them where
or
I am,
17.
I'm guessing? Probably so.
What's that?
Do I see them? Because if I do, then I'm going to move towards them.
You can see. It's hard to tell, but it does sound like there are people coughing a ways about 20 feet down the shore from you. It is dark out, so you can't really tell who or what or whom they are, but there is definitely some sort of group of people down the shoreline from you.
If
Well,
Vilgax,
I would tentatively approach at
Okay.
the ready.
if Vilgax is helping, I'm gonna look around to see if I see anyone else made it to shore.
All right, so give me a perception check. Vilgax, you are able to successfully help him get all of the water out of his lungs, essentially, and you feel like you were just drowning, Rom, but you are now on shore and safe. All
These
three of you are
fucking
safe.
single-digit rolls today.
Yoder, you look out and see if there's anybody swimming to shore. You still only see the wreckage. You don't see any of the crew, which is very weird. But you see none of the crew. You just see the ship wreckage, the fires that your Rom had set out there with a large ship approaching, seemingly effortlessly towards the shore.
I'm gonna look at Vilgax and go, "Open your mouth next time," and then I'm gonna point. Is that stupid thing coming our way with the lantern still?
Oh
And
yes, it is.
Don't you guys know I have the big bright lantern?
Vilgax and Yoder do.
So, Grin, you have a lantern out.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna
my
go, "Who the
bright
fuck are
lantern.
you?"
Oh,
That's
okay.
all I'm asking.
So, do I see Grim approaching with his lantern?
You see a light approaching you, but you can't tell what it is
Coming out of space.
in the storm.
Okay. I'm gonna. Is there like a tree line along the shore, like a?
Yeah. Yep. Kind of like if you think about it, there's like a shoreline and then like a little bit of beach sand, but then up there's a bunch of trees and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna say we should probably get to somewhere off of the shore and hide or something, and then start running towards the tree line.
Yeah, finding shelter in a storm is usually a pretty good call.
we should probably find our friend, see if he's still hugging a cannon somewhere.
I'm gonna extinguish my dancing lights and all the flames that I casted.
All of them are instantly gone. I need to find I need to.
Well,
All right, so you guys are
Oh, go ahead.
running up into the tree line at this point. So the three of you, Grim, you see like this group of people that were, 10 to 15 feet. It's still hard to tell exactly who or what they are. Start running up towards the tree line.
Well, I take one last scan of the beach around me to see if there's any people or anything useful, and then I head up towards the tree line.
All right, and you head up towards the tree line, basically, essentially after them. As you guys turn around and you're running up, the ship does land successfully on the shore, down a little ways from the rocks. And everybody give me a perception check with disadvantage because of the storm. I want to see if you guys can see what's coming.
It's a 13 and a 10.
Let's see here. I'm not even going to roll the other one. Have fun.
That was a 13.
God. A natural 1 with a -2. So it's a -1.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
I got water in my face, seaweed covering my eyes. I don't fucking know nothing.
You absolutely see. Yeah, you are just what the fuck at this point. You don't travel on ships much, and this is probably why. You too, Yoder, even though you've lived on the island for so long, like you just don't like to travel that much off the island.
I don't get out
as a
much
researcher. Grim, you got a 12.
Yep.
Okay. And then Rom got a 13. All right, so Rom and Grim, you do see how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 figures come off of the boat. And there's 3 of them that you can make out that are out in front that vaguely look like this. Because I can do this if I can do this.
He look like a man.
He look like a man.
Oh boy, lizard people.
So the 3 that are out front look like this.
Oh, God.
And Rom, you somewhat what it looks like to you anyway, even though it's hard to tell, it looks like a Yanti brood guard.
So what's the stature of these? Like, how big are they?
They are so they're scaly.
All right, let's blow this up. Yeah, that.
They are
fucking thing.
They're about 6 feet tall. Essential lizard folk. Rom, you don't know a lot about them, but you do know that it is part of the Yanti clan that is out in that island. Whether they're good or bad, hard to tell. You don't know. But those 3 are out front. Then they start moving to the tree line.
I'm gonna extinguish my light
Your light is now extinguished.
and try to hide in a bush.
And then as the rain starts to lighten a little bit, your vision does get a little better. And behind the brood guard, you see 3 of these.
Oh, man.
Nipples. What do lizard men need nipples for?
And then you do see, Rom, you can tell, you do see a pureblood. You recognize the purebloods. From there, they're out on the shoreline, kind of look like they're searching from like behind the wreckage.
Just kidding, minor illusion.
Okay, that's coming out from like the water area, like where it was. Okay, so they do hear this, and all 7 of them turn and start walking back towards the shoreline, trying to what looks like they're searching in the water for where that came from.
Are they like? Do they have an aggressive posture?
No, they don't.
Or they look like they're trying to help?
You can give me a perception with disadvantage. from being in the storm and being.
Does my 18 religion check do anything for me?
Oh, your religion.
-1 again.
Oofta. At least we're getting them all out now, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Your religion check. What are you specifically trying to garner from the religion
I
check?
accidentally rolled an 18 religion check. I'm just wondering, does that do anything for me in any way, shape, or form?
Is there anything that you would like to gather from?
Are you praying with that 18?
I hope so.
Because you can recall some lore that you've heard about.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yanti from the 18.
Religion-y lore from these bitches.
So with an 18, you do remember hearing that the Yanti kind of broke away from the Triton as far as the Fallen because they were the Yanti wanted to fight more than the Triton did. The Triton mostly accepted their fate at that point, whereas the Yanti wanted to keep fighting for what was rightfully theirs. As far as anything else, so you do know that they're associated with the Fallen, but they are a little more aggressive than the Triton that you would have also heard about. But as far as their demeanor, what these guys want, that was years ago. Hard to tell now.
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion again to make about 3 pairs of footsteps going from further along down the shore into that part of the wood or the tree line.
Okay.
Going into there.
What are you specifically trying to do here? With you're just setting it.
They're just footsteps.
Okay, so you're hearing footsteps. So let me see if they hear those.
Yeah, like footstep. No, I'm like planting like footsteps.
Oh, got
in the sand.
So all of a sudden, like footsteps appear in like the sand.
Further down along over by where they heard help.
Okay, let me see if they. Okay, so all of a sudden they the pure blood kind of like looks down, and she taps a couple of their metal. How do you say that? I don't know how you say that. Malison. She taps the Malison that's on the shoulder and looks down, and she sends 2 of them off to like chase those tracks.
Well, we could always try to let them divide more before trying to attack, or maybe capture one to see what the fuck they're doing here.
I mean, does any of the other characters, well, I guess my character I can ask for, know like what these things are or like what they're aligned with or anything like that?
As far as the only ones who would know what this might be would probably be Yoder, since he was part of the island culture before. You know that this essentially are the Yanti are a group of essentially they're lizard folk-esque, associated with the olden times with the Triton that were the original inhabitants of the islands that supposedly there was the Great War of the Islands and they were pushed off with the Triton to live banished away from these islands. But as far as like you've ever met one, you know who they are? No, like none of you guys have met them except for Ram has probably seen them the most in his travels. But again, he doesn't know exactly what they are, who they are now. Everything that you guys know lore-wise about these guys is from a long time ago.
All right. Well, then, character-wise, like Vilgax wouldn't just like sucker punch attack these guys if they're just out like chilling, because they just happened to be in a boat that was kind of near our boat. Is the way that I feel like I would see it.
Yep.
Unless like Ram or somebody else tells me something different.
Okay.
Well, Grim has in his mind that such professional sailors wouldn't have crashed their boat right into the shore without some kind of magical interference. Because how is this other boat managing the storm so easily?
Did you move your mic or something, Grim? You got like real quiet, or is that just on my end?
I could hear him. Yes.
Do you want me to repeat that?
Yes,
I heard
please.
you,
No.
but yeah, you can if you'd like.
But yeah, what I was saying is that Grimm is of the idea that such professional sailors that were supposedly the best in the area wouldn't have crashed us right into the shore during the storm, while that other boat is handling it so well without some kind of magical interference.
So at this point now, you guys have all gathered up. You guys have been able to find each other within the shoreline. You guys are kind of hiding at this point, kind of watching this party of Yanti on the shoreline, kind of like gather their laurels about this, what they saw this ship crash, looking around, searching for any survivors of a crash.
I take it none of the crew or anything from our ship made it to shore.
You have not seen any of them yet.
Okay.
And at this point, it's been a minute, so
It has.
And we don't see anyone out in the water either, right?
You don't see anybody out as far in the water that you were trying to see.
I was kind of hoping we'd see how they react to other crewmen. It's looking like that's not going to be the way of things.
not so far.
I think we should try to, I don't know, run away.
I mean, yeah, do we just say fuck it and abandon the crew here, or do we
If we abandon the
I
crew,
mean,
we
Go
all
to
go
the
back.
beach.
for a lot of money.
As far as anybody's concerned, we're dead. So
Yeah,
True. I mean, if we just never show our faces again.
who wants to go back to wherever we were just were?
I mean, can they really say that we didn't just get washed somewhere down the shore?
Yeah. You never know.
Could we have ever possibly helped them?
I mean, for the rest of us, it's whatever, but Yoder's kind of whole life is back there.
We
true.
could have totally been picked up by a dragon turtle. Nobody would know the difference.
Yeah, where's the giant turtle bro? We need him back.
Who?
Other campaign.
Maybe this is a good opportunity for the big bad guy to also think we're dead. Because he won't be looking for us if he thinks we're dead.
Possibly.
Do I have a bad feeling about this?
Do you have a bad feeling about this?
You want me to roll the force?
No, it's fine. You guys are. Let me set the scene. So you guys are currently in a storming jungle, if you will, on the very edge. You have 7 Yanti snake people walking up and down the shores after you guys just crashed and nearly drowned to death out by the peninsula of the southern side of Suika Island. This ship was seemingly coming towards you at the time. But now you guys are able to you guys are currently hiding, trying to watch their movements, and you guys can do whatever you'd like.
Well, I think if we're not like jumping these people, right? Because nobody's been like, hey, let's be aggressive or anything, then I'm just going to, survey the area, try to get my bearings, and find at least which direction we need to go to get to like the war college, if that's, or is that still a long fucking ways away from where we are?
I said we should have.
You kind of have no idea where you washed up to shore, and you are on the shoreline currently. I mean, you certainly can travel some way.
So we were going around.
While they're nearby, we all got to make stealth checks. So I was thinking I'd use my manifest echo from our hidden position, try and get them to run after it, because that thing can go 1,000 feet down the shore, the opposite way from where we're going, before I just get rid of it.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
And I could, because does it make sound? The echo?
Casting it doesn't.
Does the echo itself make sound?
It's supposed to really resemble me a lot. So, or let me see. I'll read the basic manifest echo is. So you can use a bonus action to magically manifest an echo of yourself to an unoccupied space you can see. And well, before the upgrade, it says 15 feet. But so the echo lasts until it's destroyed. I dismiss it, or I manifest another echo and it's incapacitated. So the echo has these stats. You can mentally command the echo up to 1,000 feet if I'm vulnerable, while doing it. So it
So
doesn't say
why
it
don't
doesn't.
you cast the echo? I'll use minor illusion to say something hateful, and then your echo can run in whatever direction you choose, and then I will just continue to minor illusion
To
footsteps.
enhance the echo to look really realistic.
Yeah.
At this point, you guys are talking. It is loud enough, but you do now see that the two brood guards are now coming into the jungle, closer to where you guys are at, as they're sniffing.
Okay.
Oh.
The echo starts making a break for it.
I do the thing.
Okay, let me see.
This is elaborate.
All right, so the two brood guards. What way is it running? Just up, down the shore, like or at where you guys
Yeah,
at?
kind of southward towards the tip of the peninsula, I guess, if I have actual orientation of what direction is which.
Yep. So you guys are essentially like in here, so it can run south.
I would
towards-
like to use prestidigitation to flavor the echo into a humanoid being
Okay. Can do that.
and warm it
Okay.
to a humanoid
So as
temperature.
as the echo starts running to the south, you see both brood guards start chasing after it
Hmm.
towards the southern half of the peninsula as it's running towards it.
Are they
What do you
like
guys?
running out with like weapons out, or are they just like running?
So they don't.
If you remember the look of these things, they got big old claws.
Yeah. So it looks like
Yeah.
that guy,
The first one.
the very first one. So they're more like a two-legged snake, if you will, with claws. So they are starting to kind of run after this echo down towards it. What are the rest of you doing?
Yoder's going to try to go the opposite direction and get distance between him and the snake people.
Yeah, and Vilgax would probably try and at least go into stealth and, I mean, do similar, move along, spreading out so we're not like a big clump, but like within, eyesight of the rest of the crew, or rest of the group.
All right, go ahead and place yourselves on the map as you guys get up into the jungle. Oh, Grim, you might not be able to again.
Which way is the shore? The top part of the map?
Behind you. So back behind you. So where you guys currently were. I'm on the wrong screen. Damn it. So back here.
All
like
right.
right behind you is the shore. So you guys have just started getting up into the jungle, and you do see a pathway, a little path here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna need everybody to give me a stealth roll, and I have something here for you.
Gross.
Disadvantage on stealth. Is that just the first
Hey,
one?
Grim, you're rolling like me, bud.
Well, there's my disadvantage. I rolled a 1. But I mean, I'm not moving because when I do my echo at the long range, I just kind of lay there as a lump.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you don't have to be moving to be like trying to be in stealth though. Like duck down, like not step on some tree branches, right?
Yep.
Did you say this is with disadvantage?
No. Just
I have
stealth.
disadvantage.
Oh,
I have heavy armor, so. But I mean, I can't roll worse than that, so there's no reason to roll again.
16.
Perfect. So you're good here. What everybody else get?
4.
4, 3. Oh, Peter, I think had to.
Yoder, dude, this is not our episode.
This is not. Things are not.
We're
coming
doing
up.
absolutely nothing and rolling complete fucking trash.
Oops.
You almost died to the water.
I mean, I didn't get hurt, but see, the thing was, I was trying to save my teleport points. All right, I could have been out of there.
So, with as Vilgax, you are able to get into your little hiding spot as to wherever you were trying to go. But in front of you now, like from here in this area of densely jungle-esque, a large mind whisperer appears.
What now?
You keep making up all these things.
Does it have
Sometimes we
tentacle
put things
face?
together.
Oh no,
You
this
put
is
worms in our brain.
this is certainly a real thing.
Oh boy. Certainly has a stat
It's in the
block.
monster manual. Look it up.
I bet I'm gonna love it.
This one looks like this, and it is a very dark figure. It is a two-legged snake person, essentially. But this is the figure that stands up. It's about
boy.
8 feet tall. A dark figure hissing in front of you. It does not know where you are at, Vilgax, but it does see Grim and Yoder, and as soon as Rom gets back, I'll let him do this as well.
This is the biggest one of the bunch that we've seen.
So this one you hadn't seen yet. You had seen the other 3 shorter snake-looking people with scimitars. You saw the 2 brood guards, if you will, that were like the snake, like with claws, and you saw Pureblood, which is a dressed, womanly-looking figure, snake person, and then this one you guys hadn't seen yet. He is here now behind you.
All right.
And I need the Grim and Yoder to, as he pops out of the bushes and he sees the 3 of you for now, but I need Grim and Yoder to give me wisdom saving throws.
What? All right.
Save your wisdom.
Good thing I have good wisdom. 21.
Perfect.
11.
All right, so Grim, at that point, Yoder, and so for now, Rom, see Grim kind of, essentially, he was laying, like he was like standing there, like waiting for his, this is unfortunate. So now you're going to know that you are now incapacitated, you are not moving, and your speed is 0 currently.
So if I'm incapacitated, that pretty much means my echo decoy is gone now too, right?
So you can't take any actions or reactions. So essentially, your echo is going to stop in one place, and let the brood guards catch up to it and eviscerate it to what it was. But you don't know that currently. Well, I guess you could feel that your echo is gone.
Yeah. Do you like communicate through your echo at all, or how the fuck does that work?
Well, like my mind is technically in my echo when I'm doing echo avatar.
Yeah.
So I pretty much just have to sit there and do nothing other than control the avatar.
Yeah.
Which can either be used like this as a decoy or for like scouting up ahead or something.
Yep. So basically what happens is he was sitting there, like his eyes are kind of like blind, if you will, and he was basically he was going with his echo. And then at this point, as this thing walks up, you hear inside like the echo's mind at this point and your mind, Grim, nothing but whispers and like a metronome, like kind of a hypnotic pattern, if you will. And now your consciousness is back here, and you know your echo is no longer there, but you are currently incapacitated in the exact same position that you were, not really being able to move currently.
All right. Do I, as the character, like see anything happen to Grim, or does it just look like he's doing his normal thing.
It looks like he's doing his normal thing as he was, except for his eyes are no longer like he's more there now. You can see like what's the best way you can describe it? How do you want to describe that, Grim? As far do your eyes go gray at all? Do your eyes like shut while you're in your Echo's mind?
I'd say it looks like they roll back in my head and you see the whites, but now my eyes are pupils again.
Perfect. So that's what you see now. His eyes are back, but all other purposes, like it looks like he's still doing his Echo thing. Ram, I need a Wisdom saving throw really quick.
Oof, that's not good.
Did somebody have a hard stop time today?
Yeah, 5 o'clock. So we're
I know Peter's was 5. I was thinking potentially sooner.
7.
We'll see how long this drags out, and we can always pick this up next time.
Right.
You too, Ram, as you're bringing up the rear up into this path, you see all of a sudden like Vilgax is kind of runs off from your sight. Yoder's slightly in front of you. Grim sat down and did his thing with his
Echo.
but now his eyes are back. But he's basically incapacitated on the ground, just like sitting there still and not moving. But you can tell his eyes are back. You feel a presence inside your head that gives you a whispers, and then like almost like a metronome, back and forth, tick tock, tick tock. And now you are frozen in place, incapacitated, speed of 0, no actions or reactions currently. And I will give Vilgax one chance. I'll give Yoder one chance to do something here before we roll initiative.
All right. So
potentially roll initiative, depending on what you guys do.
So character-wise, I don't see anything happen to the rest of the party, though, right? They just stop.
Yep, they kind of basically like stopped in like their tracks. Essentially, Yoder is still kind of doing whatever he's doing as he gets up here, but the other two stop in their tracks. Grim was already stopped. Ram was stopped in his tracks.
Do I like feel something trying to like get into my head though, or anything?
Nope, you don't.
No. Okay.
Did I sense the thing trying to do something to me, or?
You did. You do feel it. Vilgax, you don't anything at all. You just kind of like see this figure like pop out and hiss. But Yoder, you do feel something was there, but you're able to shake it off.
Okay. This guy seems aggressive, so I'm just gonna ready my weapon and start charging at him.
Okay.
All
right. I'll give you one.
Well, as soon as I see Yoder take a ready stance,
yeah,
then I would. Let's see, which one do I want to do? I mean, Okay, yeah, I'll do that. So, in response to him, like, taking a ready stance, then I want to, it is cast a hex on the Mind Whisper.
Okay. That's not a save, right? It's just an automatic...
That is... Yeah, there's no save or anything. It's a thing that happens.
Cool. All right, he is hexed. I need everybody to roll me initiative.
Let's see how many ones we can get, fellas.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
Single digits for everybody.
Hey.
20.
Come on.
Hell yeah.
Oh
30,
my.
20.
8 total. I rolled a 3. This is statistically my worst rolling game ever, where a majority of my rolls have been less than 5 on a d20.
Wow.
Ron, what'd you get?
I got a 4, 5, 6, 6.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so what you guys know here are there is this Rom, you do recognize this thing as being part of the Yanti group as well. It's called a Whisperer. You know not much about it. It's just lore wise, you know it's called a Whisperer.
He whispers, y'all.
And he's an asshole.
2, so 18. Okay, so then what you guys know here is that you are now have a Whisperer inside the jungle. There are 2 brood guards somewhere along the shoreline. There is a pureblood also out here somewhere, as well as 3 Moslin.
Well, it's 3 amigos.
Malison out here as well with scimitars at their side. So to start is Grim, you're first. However, you are
do I just have to
incapacitated.
do like a saving roll, or
So, unfortunately, you are incapacitated. You can take no actions or bonus actions, or move at a speed of 0. There is no save for this currently.
so
Let me double check and make sure what that.
on my turn, I just don't even get a chance to resist it. It's just I'm incapacitated until they do something to him.
So you are here. Let me read it exactly. So on a failed, you are technically charmed for the duration. So you are charmed. You can't attack the person you are charmed to. You are also incapacitated, so you can't take any actions or reactions, and have a speed of 0. So yeah, you're currently charmed, which there is no save for charmed.
Okay, so I guess I'll do
duration.
everything I can, which is nothing.
Perfect. All right, let me see what these 2 are and where they're at.
More things.
Well, you know there's things out here. You just don't know where they're at now.
True.
Tell me that this bullshit at least is a concentration spell, so if they hit this fucker, he stops.
It might be. Okay, so these ones are closer now. He's coming up. Okay. Yoder, what you doing?
Yoder is gonna run at the guy and swing his mace at him.
Okay, give me an
Get you have a
attack
mace.
roll.
Yeah.
Hit him in the
Is it a
dick.
spray?
That'll break his concentration.
That sucks.
Jesus.
I rolled a
6
to hit.
So you in a kind of a like scared stupor, with this thing popping up and feeling like it's trying to get inside your brain, you come in and you take your mace and you try to swing at it, but you slip on some wet grass and it completely flail and misses. You are now standing in front of you is this 8-foot dark black snake-looking person as it hisses back at you.
Yeah.
Well then.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna
Really
cast.
die with the rolls we're getting today.
I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this guy.
Okay, he is now hexed and Hunter's marked.
Yeah, that gives me advantage on any. Yep. Okay. Yep. On any weapon attack.
Yeah, you should have done that before you attacked.
I should have done that. But, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because I missed anyway. So.
Yeah, it gives you advantage on attack rolls though.
So next time, now you know.
Yep.
All right.
Extra damage. I'm gonna get advantage.
So
you're saying no backsies?
no backsies. He missed, so he wouldn't have got the extra damage anyway. All right. So.
Oh, is it just extra damage, not advantage on attack?
It's advantage on perception and survival checks related to them, and then extra damage on weapon attacks.
Gotcha.
All right. After that is these. Oh, okay. There's one. Okay. So as time is going by, it is now the Whisperer's turn. And he's got this York that's right in front of him.
gonna be a crit, isn't it?
And he is going to.
Oh, I hope not.
He's got a minus 20 to hit, right?
Oof. Ooh, that's a hell of a. Okay. He is now going to take a. He's in his Yanti form, so now he is going to take a, basically a punch attack. He does have a scimitar at its side, but he doesn't have it. He's going to take a bite attack, actually. And that would be an 18 to hit.
Is fuck off an attack?
So that would be D4.
Here's the party wipe, a 1v4.
4 piercing damage, and as it sinks its teeth into you, 6 poison damage as well.
Oh, dang. Okay. That's 36. Okay.
So 4 and a 6. Vilgax, what you got?
Okay, let's see if I can do anything. So
Go team can't do anything. Woo!
right? Where is my... Hold on, my Beyond just bugged out here. I gotta refresh my thing.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, it's back now. Alright, so I'm gonna... Well, is that what I want to do? Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna take out my short bow and fire off at Duder here.
Okay.
Do I get any sort of advantage being in cover or anything?
Yeah, he doesn't know you're here. Give me an advantage on it.
Oh, good. Because I'm just
You're
hoping I
able to
can at least
you're able
hit.
to line it up, take your time, line up the shot nicely since he has no idea that you're here. I'll give you advantage on this one.
Cool.
It is
So that's
storming.
a 20 to hit for first attack,
Okay. That hits.
and then a 20 to hit for the second attack.
That hits.
All right, cool. So
Lucky you have that +8.
yeah, dude. Dex is my thing. Okay, and that's a +5. Okay, so that's 8 base damage for arrow 1.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna add my D6 for the hex damage, which is necrotic.
Yeah.
So 6 necrotic. And then with maddening hex, well, actually I gotta do that after, don't I? Oh, never mind. Well, that's arrow 1.
Okay.
And then I'll do arrow 2.
Hello, number 2.
Number 1. So 6 arrow damage, and then another 6 necrotic. And then I'll use my maddening hex as my bonus action.
Okay.
So that's an additional 4 psychic damage to that target.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing else within 5 feet of it, is there?
No. Nope.
Okay.
That's the only thing here
Well,
currently.
Yoder.
So yeah, 4 psychic damage to that thing on top.
All right. So out from behind you, Grim, you still can see. It's not like you're blind. And up in front of you, Rom, and from behind you too, Yoder, you see 2 arrows come out and strike it really nicely right into the shoulders. And it hisses very loudly, as that definitely hurt a bit. That was necrotic and psychic, correct?
Yeah, 6 necrotic, whatever base arrow was for each, and then 4 psychic.
Yep, I just needed to know the condition. Perfect. All right, after that is Rom, but you are also incapacitated. However, that was a lot of damage. And when those arrows and it hisses out, Grim and Rom, you are now back. You can You can move your arms. You are no longer charmed.
Hey, I did
So
something today.
That happens before. Yeah, I rolled really shitty on his save too. So Rom, you are come back to, and you're able to move. You're no longer not hostile towards this thing, and you just saw it slash or bite the crap out of your friend Yoder. And what would you like to do?
Cast magic missile at the highest level that I possibly can right now, which gives me 2 extra missiles, and they hit no matter
I
what.
wonder if he's talking, and
So that's
or
5.
am I the only one who doesn't see or hear
At
him?
the whatchamacallit guy. So that's 2 points.
Peter? No, Peter's there, dude. You should refresh.
Oh,
3 points. 4 points. 4 and 5 total. All of the points.
Oh, that was all addition.
That was literally every single missile.
Okay, so add those up for me,
Oh,
or tell me them again.
hold on. Where do I go for that? Oh, right here. So 5, 10, 18 points of damage.
So you see Rom walk up in the darkness and rain, still raining a little bit. Definitely not stormy as bad as it was before, but still raining, lightning and everything up above. And he takes these 5 magic missiles as they shoot out, and they all pop onto this Yanti Whisperer, and he hisses loudly again.
Nice.
At it, and we are back at the top. Grim, you are up. Sorry, you were sitting, correct? So you do need to use half your movement to get up, but you are here and come to, and you are in the fight. What are you doing?
so
Kick his ass, Seabass.
right up to here, and then bonus action is Echo on the other
Oh, the
side.
sun.
Okay.
Go. It's a little bit better.
And then I'm gonna give him the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
What does that mean?
So it's gonna be so with bonus act or like so. Fuck. Let me reread this. So where is it? I have so many offensive abilities. So action surge, I can have once per short rest, gives me an additional action, and I have double attacks per action, and then I also have unleash incarnation. So I'm gonna get 5 attacks.
Okay. Roll them up.
I hope you hit with them.
That's 1, 2, 3 misses, I'm guessing. 4 with a crit,
Nice.
and 5 is a crit.
Nice.
Okay, so what is the totals here? We got 20, 24, 9. Sorry, no. 20, 24, 9, 27, 27.
Yeah, so these are the hits.
Okay. So all but one of them hit.
It's a good start.
Now let's see if I can do the damage. Oh shit, that was supposed to be +8, not +7. Whatever, it works. All right, so 1d8 plus 5s. And then I get a +6 on the first ones, but not the echoes, right?
Right.
So that was attack 1, attack 2, and then this is going to be the one on the crit. Or do you want me to do the necrotics first for those?
So what is the total here so far?
Yeah, I only got one roll in chat.
Yeah.
So that first D6 plus 5 for the
Yep.
9, just above
Okay.
where you said Echo Glass Cannon build.
Yep. Okay.
That was the first one for the base damage for the first attack. And then the second one that connected
I'm gonna tell you
is
this.
that 6.
With your incarnation, and you have now walked up to this whisperer and beaten the hell out of it with your swords and all of the things, you take essentially what you guys see now is Grim and the Echo just going slash, 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 just like fucking slashing it. And it does fall to the ground after Grim and the Echo beat the hell out of it with their swords. So it is currently dead on the ground.
Nice.
You weren't even going to make me do all the damage. It's just like, yeah, he's fucked. Because, yeah, double crit.
He was already fucked. So, if you want to describe it in any cool way, you can. Otherwise, we can continue.
So I roll up on this guy, give him 2 good horizontal slashes initially, and then I miss my third. But then, in conjunction, Echo or Grim and his Echo both take slices from opposing ends towards his head and basically scissor it off.
Cool. That's exactly what you guys see in front of you. There is like it's raining, so we'll say that doesn't happen. But his body falls to the ground. You are now here in the middle of a jungle. It's dark. It's storming. It's raining. This dead, huge black snake whisperer type Yanti is currently on the ground. You know there are 6 other Yanti somewhere around this island. What are you guys doing?
Loot.
I'm going to throw the head in the direction I think the other Yanti are as hard as I can.
Give me sure, you can, like, you're tossing it like back towards like the shore.
Yeah, like where we lost
woods.
Tom. Hopefully nobody else will be ballsy enough to chase us. So just strength.
Yeah, give me a strength as you're throwing it.
15.
All right, so you get it a good ways into the jungle. You throw it far enough that you don't see it anymore in the dark, stormy area here. And you do hear it like hit some like leaves and branches along the way as you chuck it through. It is no longer in your sight.
Does this thing smell?
Oh yeah, it smells rotten. It smells terrible. It smells like poison.
As it, okay. If I touch its skin, what does happen?
You want to touch its body of skin as you just slashed it up?
Yeah.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, I will.
It's like licking poison dart frogs.
Hell yeah.
It's real weird.
My best. 14 or 24.
24, perfect. So you pick it up, like as you touch its skin, right? It's scaly. It feels like a snake. You know, you've seen snakes in your travel before, and it has its blood and it's like basically it's venom since they slash the fucking shit out of it.
I'm
stings
just
a little bit as you touch
on the skin.
Yep. So as you touch the skin, though, it is covered in blood and what looks like venom, if you will, as they slash shit out of it. So the venom stings a little bit, but it's just you feel it's wet, scaly, bloody at this point. So you feel the poison. It stings, but it doesn't do anything to you.
I'm gonna get my magical wand, and I'm going to because I have one of those. I'm gonna dip it in the blood and put it on a little bit of my robe.
Okay, you do that.
On your what? Your rope or your
anything
robe?
Happen to the robe?
The robe?
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, it's now covered in some of its blood and venom, but
it just smells.
Just smells terrible.
And is the smell because it's slashed up, or was it smelling like that prior to?
It started to smell after it got slashed the shit up. Yeah. And now all of its blood and insides are everywhere.
I would like to try, like, quickly, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but, like, roll up here, right? Bust out my poisoner's kit and see if I can, like, vial up some of this poison right? Get a couple
It's
vials
going
and
Probably shouldn't have
stuff.
thrown the head if he wanted the poison.
Probably. So it's blood. What he did is he can see. So like there's some few of the drops that kind of happened that came from like it severing its head. So you can gather there's a little bit. It's mostly blood here, but there's definitely what Rom kind of picked it up and was like kind of stung him a little bit. So maybe there's some practical uses here. Go ahead and give me a nature check to see how much
nature.
to see what you can gather up about this.
10, strictly
So
mediocre.
So you're able to get a few drops of what looks like now blood, and maybe some of like the poison that was on like inside that was also next to it in its blood. So it's kind of like mixed blood inside of a little vial that you have.
Did you say that's like 1 vial of poison? 2?
Give you 1.
All right, cool. I'm happy with that.
But what it does look for just visually what you did, it did look like you got some blood in there as well. So, but you definitely have a vial of something that came out of this creature.
All right.
Anybody else quick? What you doing?
Do we know which way is north?
North would be on the map is basically south. So you're going travel this way to go north for now.
Then
So
Yoder would want to travel north.
It's probably a good call.
Yeah, and Vilgax in character as well would just say, you know, if any of the rest of the crew was going to make it, we would have heard or seen them by now. Unfortunately, I think they're lost.
Sounds right.
I pull out my abacus.
And with these other things here roaming the beach, it's probably in our best interest to see if we can get our bearings and find either the closest town or some other method of travel towards our ultimate destination of the war school.
Yeah.
And with that, as you guys are about to start traveling north, traveling up, trying to get somewhere. As far as you know, right now you're just kind of off in a jungle forest. You hear a bunch of hissing behind you.
At that, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna say, "Well, well, well."
And if we all need to go, we can do this next time.
That's a good number of folks.
I hope they make a nice cone shape.
I think for the best of luck out of all of us, if we get into a line, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do they feel about the severed head? Are they emotionally shaken?
She's got the head in her hand back here.
Mm-hmm.
And as she steps forward and says, "Well, that wasn't very nice."
Oh God, they're peaceful.
He
Kill
shouldn't
them.
have gotten into my head. It's too crowded in there as it is.
I mean, to be fair, he did strike first.
He was the aggressor.
Let me guess. He tried to charm you so that we could relay the message to me and then we could come talk to you guys so you guys wouldn't attack him.
That's literally not how you do that. That is
It's not how it felt.
Maybe words would have been more effective.
Yeah. Like, hey, wait, let's talk. I would have been like, that.
Well. Apparently you don't know who we are or what he was. So.
Well, I'm not from here, so I mean.
Are you looking for a fight?
No,
you guys chased us into a reef. And they were pursuing us all over the beach. What were we supposed to think when this one got into my head and wouldn't let me do anything?
Excuse me, we saw your guys' ship wreck on shore, and then we saw a bunch of you drowning in the water, so we tried to pick you up, and when we got the net up, you were gone. I'm assuming you guys are some sort of magic users. And then you guys are running off into here, and then you sever the head of my Whisperer. Well, if anybody is hostile here, it's you fuckers.
If you did happen to comb the whole beach with your crew, I don't see any of the rest of our crew with you.
We didn't find them there. And then we saw you guys running off, and we want to make sure what you are, who you are, or what the hell you're doing.
Oh, that's fine. Rom, nice to meet you, shiny princess lady.
And as you go to reach out your hand,
I use my charming words.
okay, is that a save?
Nah, I'm just persuasioning.
Okay, okay, you can.
Some charisma.
If you can give me the dialogue at what you say to try and as she's holding the severed head of her whisperer,
Okay. So
I'll
I
give
could either
you
do
a roll.
deception or persuasion. What do you want me to do?
Whichever one you want to do.
They're both the same.
So you pick one. You tell me what you say.
Okay.
Roll it, and I'll see what happens.
So I go up to her and I go, listen, let us just, let bygones be bygones. I'm sorry I killed your friend. I could cast some cure wounds to try to bring him back. It wasn't on purpose, right? Hostile activity can be seen different from many multiple perspectives. Controlling my body and not giving me my own autonomy to live is considered an aggressive act where I'm from, right? So you could see where there's just a little bit of confusion, a little bit of miscommunication between our two people. Now, I apologize for my friends brutally slaughtering your whisperer, and we I'll give you a monetary. I mean, not life is worth money, right? Slaves, not great. People, we're trash. We're terrible. We assume the worst. So, forgive us. And I'll do my best to make sure this transgression never happens. And I offer you a year of my service in about 5 years from now.
I don't know about this whole service thing. I think they'll be fine with the salvage from that boat. It had some nice cannons on it.
Yeah, you can, and help yourself to the salvage. I don't need cannons.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
They're probably all at the bottom of the
I already
fucking
rolled
ocean.
it. 17 plus 7.
Okay,
I can't do math.
that's fine. That's a lot. Oh, good. Yeah, and she hears you. She knows. As she sits and thinks about what you're saying, and she's like nodding and yes. And when you say stuff about like slavery and stuff, she gets like really angry because of her past, their ancestors' past. And she looks at the head of the severed whisperer. Waits way too long as you guys are getting drenched by rain.
Everybody get in position. We got multiple breath weapons. Let's do this.
And she says, I don't like that you killed my whisperer.
I'm sorry.
I certainly, this didn't have to be hostile.
And you can see where we're coming
He
from,
didn't, yeah, my culture.
Yeah.
My culture, his culture. I don't even know what that thing's culture is as he points to the shadow thing.
I'm not sure why you would just assume that someone who's trying to charm you and calm you down is essentially hostile. But at this point, where are you guys going? I would like to know what you're doing down here.
Right now, we're going away from here if you don't pursue us.
Don't mind the Dragonborn. They tend to be a little hostile from time to time, right? I know. They're everywhere. They're terrible people. But what we're trying to do is actually find my young friend Yoder's partner, lost a long time ago. Sad story.
And wasn't her name Claire or something?
I don't know.
Clarence?
Clara?
So we've just been searching the islands for his partner.
Are you heading somewhere specific is what I want to know.
We were going to see if, what is it, a camp not far from here has any information on on missing persons? Do you have any information about missing persons?
I'll tell you what. Us 6 aren't the only ones here.
Ooh, spicy.
I could wipe all of you out in a snap of a finger.
I would greatly appreciate it.
Do me a favor,
Mm-hmm.
and I will let you go. If you're going to the army camp,
Mm-hmm. Is that what it is?
sorry, the army academy, if you will.
It's an academy? I thought it was a camp.
It's a camp academy, kind of all encompassing.
Or school.
Training
A camp
happens
academy.
there.
Are they good people there? Do you know? I don't.
As soon as you ask, she spits and says,
Well,
"They're the vermin who fucking stole our land."
Bastards. What land? Where?
All of this that you currently are walking on was our ancestors' land.
Oh no.
I'm going to let you go for now.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope you're on the right side of history when we take our land back.
Can we talk about that?
Oh, you
You
cut
know.
out there. I didn't hear that last
Oh,
sentence.
can we talk about that? Just the two of us for a minute?
Sure.
No harm. I ain't got no weapons. I got a stick. And he pulls out his wand.
Okay.
And he's gonna pull her aside like 50 feet.
Uh-huh.
and I'm just gonna, like quietly just step away from this dead body that's oozing and smelling bad.
Okay.
So
What do you want to know, cloaked one?
How long ago?
About when it all first started happening?
Mm-hmm.
When my people and the other island people lost their land was about 100 years ago.
And who's responsible?
Every single humanoid that currently inhabits these 3 islands.
Are we sure about that?
I'm convinced.
What was the name of their leader at the time?
Ooh, asshole.
Pull up the fantasy name generator.
Yeah, right.
It's Gorgamek or Drogo. What was the name of the big bad?
You can't pronounce it in your tongue, human. It's the easy answer.
Sorry, who you were asking about who's who the Crusaders leader was,
yeah.
or who? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go with. Where is it? The name that I remember was let's go with no.
To the window, to the wall, the switch down and down these bitches crawl, down ski.
Love it. Anyway, all right. So his name was Charles.
Charles in charge.
Oh.
Charles with the surname being. Oh, what's this? Characterized Grand definitely believes in strong.
Yeah, he better.
Yeah.
Better not ruin this for me.
So the name. The name was Charles. Charles. Damn. These are all weird. Charles Hillclaw.
And if I bring you his head,
I'm assuming he's been gone many years from now.
if I bring you his son's head,
His grandson's head.
his great grandson's head.
Are you telling me that you're going to take up a war against Captain Jack on the mainlands?
Oh, Captain Jack is responsible for all this? I have no idea who that is, to be perfectly honest with you.
Oh boy.
You're going to fight with us? And if we can get the Triton on board to fight back, you're going to take on a war against
Okay,
the islands with us?
well,
Are you coming into a contract with us about this?
I'm
Is this
not
what you want to do?
contracting. I'm asking information. What is your basis of, you know, what is the deal here? Like, if you do take back the islands, what will people that currently inhabit the islands?
They're either dying or they're being banished because of what they did to us.
Well, you can't hold responsibility over people who, I mean, from what I understand, there's multiple different people that come here from all over for a better life.
One genocide deserves another.
No,
What?
no.
What?
By the way, none of you can actually hear this because they're off like about 50 feet away. So you guys are
Well,
just
good. Then they can't hear that comment from Grim.
No, they can't. So what you guys are basically seeing is there's like a dead snake guy on the ground. You have 5 other like the 2 like monstrous looking ones and the other 2 bipedal ones with scimitars, kind of like watching you, waiting for you to like move or whatever. But they're like intently staring at you guys, and they kind of off went into the woods to talk.
What I would like to do is get down to the brass tacks of the situation, and if you are going to retake the islands, I'd like to help you, but under conditions where the people that did nothing to your people, I'm talking about, you want to take care of the leaders, by all means, kill them. Kill them. They're responsible. I get it. I'm here for it. But the innocent people that inhabit this land, the school, there's kids in there, and yes, most of them are Slytherin, but it's fine.
Do you know what it's like to be pushed and
Yes.
made to be lived in the slums?
Yeah.
Have to start all brand new.
Absolutely.
And everybody thinks of you as vermin, and you're not allowed to do anything outside of your small little area that you happened to find.
Absolutely. Yeah. Have you ever met humans?
Yeah, you guys are sick and vile people.
They're disgusting.
I should kill you all right now.
Well, I don't. Well, we have a dragonborn and an orc, but you know, where I come from, humans have done nothing but taint our country, our people, and there's been so many genocides. We can't do that anymore. We
And with
can't
your
be like that.
and with your 27 persuasion, that we're still going to use, she shakes her head and says, "You're not like anybody else here."
Definitely not.
I'll tell you what. Travel on. We may meet again.
And he pulls out 100 gold pieces, and I'm sorry about your friend.
Oh,
It's
she definitely
their
takes the gold.
guild.
Huh?
She definitely takes the. Is it actual gold? Does it look like gold from here, or is it like?
It's gold. It's definitely gold.
Perfect.
It's just not gold from here.
Got it. So she takes the gold and kind of like looks it over, and
It's worth the same, I promise.
looks valuable enough to her, and she takes
Mhm.
it and she gives like a huge hiss, and the 3 Maslins like step forward, and they pick up. As long as you guys don't do anything, they pick up the body of this. Oh, it's not showing up now. They pick up the body of, or what's left of the body of their companion, and as they walk back down towards the shore, they say, she turns around to you, Rom and says, "Good luck on your travels. I can't say it's going to be this diplomatic the next time we meet, but we'll flip a coin for it, huh?" And
Why don't we meet on this beach 5 years from now? You'll have my service,
okay, if we don't meet
and we can
before
talk
then,
about an accord.
okay, if we don't meet before then, we'll meet then. And then they start walking off down towards the shore. And it is still raining in the jungle. You guys are now kind of in the middle of what seems seemingly nowhere, in the middle of a jungle.
Did they leave already?
Yes, they are walking down towards the shore.
So, hey, Ron, did you happen to ask him where the fuck we are?
No.
Or any sort of direction?
No, but I guess we just keep going north until we figure it out. Well,
And
that was fun.
at that, you guys watch the Yanti, who seemingly weren't that aggressive, minus the Whisperer trying to charm you guys, but you eviscerated the one Yanti, and you now have some favor with this one Yanti pureblood and her companions. You are now possibly somewhere, maybe on Suika Island, after your ship crashes, and you are trying to get to the army camp. Where you go from here is totally up to you guys.
I'm gonna look at Yoder and go, in 5 years that bitch is probably gonna be dead.
Vilgax
5
is
years? I give her 5 weeks.
Vilgax is just gonna crack a big smile, like relax the bow, put it back on my back, whatever, and just go. You think any of us are gonna live that long?
Wow.
I don't know about
I'm
you.
gonna die an
Just
old
wow.
gray dragon in my bed at the age of 150.
You don't get wings. So. FYI.
Well,
all right. At that, we can go ahead and do. Is there any of the last things you guys want to do before we sign off? And Ron, or Peter's got to go.
I mean, just like character-wise, I'm gonna look at this path, right? Get down and study if there's, footprints or anything that's not just animal tracks that leads in a direction, right? Like a traveled area.
Yeah, this is a very dense, there's a natural little path, as you can kind of tell on the map, but it's mostly just overgrowth and everything else. This seems to be not a place where most people end up. As far as travel, there's nothing really traveling here. I won't even make you do a perception or investigation. This is a very dense jungle. It kind of looks like you're in the middle of nowhere. Your best bet is you from your map that or bearings kind of that you knew that were on the ship that you were trying to get into the outlet and you were traveling that way. But as far as your shipwreck goes, you don't necessarily know exactly where you guys ended up or where
we could always traverse the coast, I guess.
It'd be the easiest way because through dense jungle is the slowest movement there is. If there's beach or even kind of rough rocky terrain along the beach, it's probably the easiest because we'll know we're going.
I don't know why we decided to take a boat, but
now it's not looking like it's going to be any faster than having walked from.
If we get to the beach where we're out of the thick jungle, at least we'll be able to get direction, at least from the sun, right? If the sun's out, if it stops being rainy and shitty.
I'm gonna take out my flask, take a swig, put it back in my pocket, take out my abacus, and start doing math.
All right.
Stop doing math.
Math is bad for your health.
And yeah, right. And this is where we will leave off. You guys are currently in the jungle. You guys are thinking about going down to the beach, doing your thing. It is currently still raining on you. You have no idea what time it is now after the wreck. It's hard to tell. especially because it's still dark. It's been dark pretty much all day and rainy and whatever, but you feel like it's probably early evening-ish after the whole thing's happened. And we'll pick up here next time.
All right, and I'm going to take us out. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. And remember, stay nerdy.